Hello and welcome to Deft and Dorky. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dangrons and
Dude.
Dagrons.
Dargans.
I gotta troubleshoot my mouse pad later.
Dung Eons and Dr.
Oh,
Aeons.
yeah. You guys want to see my Hero Forge figure?
Oh, I still haven't
Someday,
finished mine.
hopefully we'll all see it here in like a
I
maybe a
know.
few weeks,
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Last time, you
On the last
guys
episode.
finished identifying all the stuff you bought, among with some other things. Oh, speaking of which, I'm guessing that you went ahead and identified the amulet that you got off of Marin, Ray.
Just a yes,
the
right?
amulet.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
was
if
it
I had
again?
if I had something magical, I would have, or I thought was magical, I would have identified
Okay.
it. Yes.
So I think you were the one who had it, so I will throw it in your bag.
Bag.
That. Boop. Okay, it's in your equipment. The amulet of material returning. You finished identifying a bunch of stuff. You spent some time at the library. You went to Takria, after finding a thing that took you to Takria from the tower. Went to see the Great Library, where you met a fellow named Traylor. Returned a book to him. He spoke to Saturn in Saturn's mind. Saturn ran away. You guys went ahead. You had discussed going to Naline. To see about maybe checking on some human trafficking reported by Vonak. Let's see. I gotta find my map. There it is. You discussed going to Naline. In fact, bought tickets for the electric liner out tomorrow from Takria to Nethalon to start that journey. And that is kind of where we left off. If there's anything I missed, go ahead and you can talk about it. Otherwise, you guys have. Did we long rest at the end of last time? No, I don't
I
remember.
think we were about to.
Okay, I don't think we did yet. So if there's anything you want to do in Takria, you can do that.
I think it was like the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, after you guys went to the library, you guys didn't spend very long there, so it would be mid-afternoon. You guys have already purchased tickets for the electric liner to Nethalon. And yeah, you guys have the rest of the day to do whatever you want in Takria, or you can go back to the tower, whatever you guys want to do.
So are we? Did we end? We're all in Takria right now. We're not. We haven't gone back. We're all in Takria, right? No.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I think that's where we're all.
I believe so.
I think I had Ray take me back to the tower.
No, that's right. Saturn and Vonik met up with me, and they wanted to go back to the tower, and I took them back. And then I told the other two wanted to go to the library, and I told them I'd meet them there in the evening, and that's where I think we left off.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, if there's anything you want to do at the library, feel free to do it. And if there's anything that Vonik and Saturn want to do, if you want to have conversations or whatever, in the tower, you can do that as well.
When Atrix sees like an interesting page, he's gonna tear it out and hide it.
You're going to tear out a page from the Takria Great Library?
Yes.
What could go wrong?
Are you doing it sneakily?
Yes, I'm gonna do it stealthily.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
I mean, it's a huge library, right? You could ostensibly go somewhere and.
Uh oh.
Yeah, I'm not around this.
unless it's all the books are magically warded.
If I'm around this, I'm not letting this happen. But if
11.
I guess it depends on how noisy it is in there.
well,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all hush and you're.
Within seconds of you tearing a page, there are librarians walking up to you, and they put their hands on you. grab you and say, "You can't do that," and they start walking you out.
Oh no.
Are you going to put up any kind of resistance?
The immense knowledge of our great general is once again rearing its head.
All right,
No,
yeah,
I
they're walking you out.
I-
They put you outside and say you can't. You're not welcome here.
Okay.
Tearing up books. What to happen?
I guess I'll just walk around.
Okay.
Are you
sadness.
carrying your bow
No,
out
no.
of curiosity, or did you give that to?
I'm carrying his bow.
Okay, I didn't know if he had it with him or not.
I remember getting it last time. I don't remember if I give it back to him. I wouldn't give it back to him unless he needed it. So, unless he wants to try to take it from me.
So Atrix has been successfully removed and banned from the Great Library of Takria.
I'm gonna go find a different library.
That's unfortunate.
I feel like there's another one somewhere.
While I'm there,
Those dang old spice birds. I keep hearing them every single time we play.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I would ask for some help at the library.
Okay, sure. Easily
Specifically I am looking into a couple topics.
Okay.
Further investigation into Aurene.
Okay.
Specifically origins and followers. I am looking into warlock pacts with said person. And I'm also very much interested in quasits and their native plane and how to get to them.
Okay. Are you asking anyone in particular, or are you just going up to the first librarian you find to help?
I'm asking to see if they have any like research specialists in those areas. Like, it's a big library, so there's probably people that are specializing in these things, I would assume.
Okay. All right. Well, are you looking for just any random person, or are you going up to the person that you've already talked to?
Not Traylor, because I think we were ushered out of that area, right? And we need special entrance.
Right.
But you could ask
I'm-
the lady who got
yeah.
you there.
Yeah, I'll ask her.
Go ahead and roll just a general persuasion check first.
All right. Let me see if I still have it up. I do. Where's my persuasion? I'll do this. All right. I am going to do. Yeah, we'll just freaking do it. We'll see what happens. An 18.
Okay. So she says to you, yeah, I can help you with that. I know you didn't get much time on the second floor. We can look there if you've already looked through the ground floor. I'll take you up to this one time, since I kind of left you out to dry there with Traylor.
Oh, that's more than fine. But yeah, I'd love that. If I kind of have been through a few libraries on this, particularly one in Brable, so that would be wonderful.
Sure, let's go check. Go ahead and roll investigation with advantage.
Okie dokie. This is a +2.
Oof.
6.
Uh,
That's 6.
so she takes you up there, but she's not allowed really to let you out of her sight while you're up there. So you don't get much done. What were the topics you were looking? You were looking for Aurene?
Yeah, Aurene and their followers, particularly like as it relates to my dad, warlocks kind of thing, and also quasits and like their. Like, I've got a bad feeling about my mom, so I'm just trying to figure out where she may be.
Okay. Just a second.
I have a question. Did I get to keep the little paper that I
No.
tore off?
If you get escorted out of somewhere for doing something you're not supposed to do, they're not going to be like, you can keep that.
You can keep
You're
that.
out.
Okay.
If that were the case, I'd walk into Best Buy and grab onto a 100-inch TV and be like, oh, I start to try to break it. And they're like, you got to leave, but you can keep that TV.
Okay, so
yeah.
Aurene, Warlock packs, and what was the third thing?
Closets and
Closets and stuff.
where my
Okay.
mom may have gone. Like how to get to the plane that she's on, I guess.
Okay. She's like trying to help you find stuff. You're not really finding what you're looking for. She's got you like in a little, like a separate room on the second floor. You guys are looking for a while. Suddenly, Traylor does enter the room. He says, "Mava, could you help me find a book I'm looking for?" And he looks over at you and he says, "Oh, you're back."
Yeah.
He looks down at the books you've got. Anything interesting?
I suppose that depends on who's looking. I'm not having too much luck. We're
He looks down at some of the books that sort of reference warlock pacts, and he goes, "Interesting." And he looks over at Mava. She's like, "Yeah, I can help you in just give me a couple minutes." He's like, "Sure." And he looks at you. He goes, "Any specific information you're looking for? I might be able to help you."
Are you familiar with this kind of magic?
I am familiar with many kinds of magic.
Well, I specifically looking into a couple of pact-related warlocks. Some of a celestial sort, some of a fiendish sort. More so the effects of dabbling in both. Can I do an insight check on him?
Sure. What are you trying to glean?
Like how much should I reveal to him, and how much do I think this guy could actually help me?
Okay. Natural 20. You don't know him that well, so it's kind of tough to read, but he doesn't seem like he is a threat to you. I would say he doesn't seem as sort of, for lack of a better word, repulsed by the idea of warlocks as the most typical people from the Aegis are. You don't really know how much he could help you. You know that he spends basically all of his time in this library.
Yeah. Sorry, was it Maeve?
Mava.
Mava, I apologize. If you're alright with that, if Trailer's willing to help me, once I've concluded with him, I'll return downstairs.
She sort of looks at him. She looks back at you. She's like, "Let me go find the book for him, and I'll be right back." And she looks at Traylor, and he like goes over the book he wants. She leaves. So you've got a few minutes here with just him if you want to ask him anything.
Yeah, I think I just expressed to him, like, well, to be honest, I'm worried that my brother is engaged in this kind of pact magic, and as a result, my mom was wildly affected. I think it's fiendish in nature, and I'm afraid... Well, she was transformed, and I'm afraid she's been banished to a fiendish plane. I'm trying to figure out how to find her, get back to her.
He looks at you. That's quite a story. Quite a conundrum you've got there.
Now, I don't know. Oh.
As far as pact magic goes, it's not something you might want to tell everyone about. I don't mind. I once had a very good friend who believed in me when he shouldn't have. He was a warlock. So I don't believe they are naturally evil. However, they do come with strings attached. Sometimes those strings can be severed, and sometimes the only way to sever them is through death. So I'm not sure what your brother's tied up into. But that's something you'll have to figure out with him. As far as other planes, if you're looking for something on another plane, outside of a few specific spells, you'll have to just go there and look for it.
I think I'd ask him, is there a way for me to find where quasits go? when they're banished?
Typically, a closet will go to the abyssal plane. Otherwise, it will just, if it gets banished and it's not from the material plane, it'll go back to its natural plane, which is, for quasits, the abyssal plane.
Okay. So I'm sure it's not right around the corner. Is there an easy way to get there?
No. There are a few spells, higher level spells. He sort of looks at you, and are you still wearing your red robes?
I would have worn them in here, yeah.
This is, yeah, there's a few spells. It doesn't look like anything you're up for quite yet.
Oh, yeah. Is he wearing robes?
No,
Like,
he isn't.
is it clear he's a part of it?
It is not clear.
I think yeah. I'd say, I'm not too attached, but it's been helpful ever since, well, my mom wasn't the only one affected with my brother's doings.
I would say you would know that he has some affiliation with the Aegis, because that's where you guys were sent to deliver the book.
That's why we came here.
He just says it's tricky. I wish you luck.
Thank you. One last question. Have you ever heard of Oreen?
Oreen. Let's find out if he's heard of Oreen. 16. I believe she's a small-time god on Mount Celestia, if I'm not mistaken.
There's a chance I may have some family lineage to that, and another family member who may have been tied up in it somehow. I don't know how. Perhaps a warlock themselves, with her as their patron.
Interesting. Well, if you spend enough time here, you'll find the answers you're looking for, almost certainly.
That's what I'm here to do.
And you hear Maeva coming down the hall. She comes back into the room. Of course. Turns to Maeva, takes the book, and as he's walking out, he looks back one more time and says, "Good luck." He leaves.
Maeva, thank you. I know that you've gone out of your way to help me here, and I appreciate it. I'm sorry for putting you in an awkward position.
She looks at you and goes, "What did he say to you? He rarely talks to anyone."
I guess he just was interested in what we've been looking at here.
Odd. Odd that he would take a shining to you. Anyway, that's about all the time I have for you up here today.
Okay. I'll look around downstairs for a little bit, and then I'll be out of your hair.
If you come back and I'm around, I can maybe help you again sometime.
Okay. I'm worried I have some friends that aren't too interested in libraries, so I better not push my luck. Thank you.
Right, she walks you back down.
Maeva, is there anything on this floor that relates to either of these two things, Oreen, or how to get to the abyssal plane?
She says, yeah, I'm sure there are some things down here. Basically, the way it works is the first floor is all stuff that we can replace fairly easily. So most of the stuff on this floor you can find elsewhere. The higher floors are where things get harder to replace and are more rare.
So if I've investigated quite a bit in Brable's library, you'd say it's probably all replicated here?
Well, certainly not all of it. You can find it somewhere else, not necessarily all in the same place.
Oh, okay. Alright. I think I would just do a quick, cursory glance to see if there's anything new, and then I would bounce.
Okay. Just make a quick investigation check as you're sort of looking around before you leave.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, just the quick glance that you take is largely similar. There's maybe some books you haven't read, but it's largely similar stuff that you have read.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm ready to go.
Okay. So you're done at the library. Anyone else doing anything in Takria?
No.
Okay.
Well, while
Is
at
there
the
any other
tower,
libraries?
Go ahead, Mouse. What were you saying?
while at the tower, while I'm waiting for them during the day, because I gave them till the evening to come back and pick them up.
Mhm.
I'm going to try to pick the lock to the other room that was locked.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a.
I'm going to do an investigation on the door before that, to see if there's any if it's spell worded. Try to see if
Oh,
I can see if it's spell worded.
You're looking for like how it's locked or if there are traps.
Well, I'm gonna check to see. I'm gonna try to check to see if there's traps before I try to pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check to check for traps.
9.
Doesn't appear to be trapped.
All right. Well, if I don't realize it, I would probably try to pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead and roll a. Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll. Would be dexterity plus proficiency.
Dexterity plus proficiency.
So if you have any, like if you're proficient in acrobatics or sleight, okay.
Sleight of hand, so that's the same thing.
Yep.
Let's do that. Be like 12.
12. Okay, so you start picking the lock, and you're getting the tumblers in there. It unlocks. Are you doing anything?
I would try to open the door. Sure.
You try to open the door and it doesn't open. It's still locked somehow. The physical mechanical lock is unlocked.
Okay. Then I would leave that alone for now.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Atrix, you're looking for other libraries, you said?
Yep.
There are no other public libraries in Takria. There are, you can, like well, you wouldn't know that. So, no, you do not find any other libraries.
Why would there be? How could they compete? Literally the biggest, best library in the world.
Most bestest.
Most bestest.
You gotta have the libraries for the hipsters, you know. That you go to the big one. You got the little corner.
Yeah,
one.
you're right. Your little corner one that's a coffee shop as well.
Yeah, coffee shop and free library. Take a book,
yeah.
read
Yeah.
a book, you know.
Yeah,
you can bring
yeah.
a cat.
You can bring
One of those places.
They've got that. They've got a pretty good selection, but it's all just like people taking and exchanging, like those little book nooks that are on the
Yeah.
road.
You can probably find a bookstore, not a library.
Alright, yeah, I'll look for any book kind of related areas.
Make a perception check.
Hey, I'm good at perception. Not the right one. I don't know. It's the same, so I'll just use this.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, you see a bookstore. You find a bookstore after maybe 10, 20 minutes of walking around. You walk in.
Yeah.
It is largely sells fiction books. So not a lot of reference material, but you can look through there if you want.
Yeah,
Alright.
don't go in the back.
I'm just gonna look for more military strategic.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Seven.
So nope, it's all you see is just the current like fiction. There's like a young adult section.
The young adult section is all you can find. All there is Twilight ripoffs and Harry Potter novels. And of course, Harry Potter
The
has
Fault in Our
magic in it.
Plains.
Yeah, The Fault in Our Plains.
Open up planes. Nice.
If I were to go look in the fiction section, maybe there's like fictional battles.
Sure. Yeah, you can find like fictional stuff about war. There's no strategy in it. It's all about the way
The
the
drama.
characters, the way the characters interact with each other. But you can certainly just sit and try to look through a war book, a fictional war book.
Maybe I'll find the Hobbit.
That's not fiction in this world.
Yeah, that's for real. That's in the documentary section. Anyone else doing anything?
Martin is just grumbling to himself that he's still here in town.
Are you following Atrix around, or are you just sitting up front of the library?
No, I'm probably a little more grumpy than that, so I'm probably just gonna sit and just wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit by the gate, staying by the gate. I'm not gonna talk to the guards, but I'll like look at them every once in a while, just to make them uncomfortable.
Okay. The gate is a little ways from the library, so just so you know that. Okay.
Be at the gate that we're leaving at.
Well, you're not leaving through a gate. You're leaving through the Arcane Aegis.
Oh, I thought we were already at the town that we were going to.
No,
We
you're
haven't-
in Takria, and you
Oh,
got,
then we have to do a boat ride, don't we?
Yep, boat ride in the
Okay,
morning.
I'll go. Then I think I was back at the tower. I was thinking we were there already.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be near the Aegis, or you went back with Mouse?
Didn't someone else go back with Mouse?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vonak
I
and
think
Saturday.
that's what I said last week. I was just hanging out at the tower.
Okay, so do you have Atrix's bow still?
Yeah, I never gave it back to him.
Okay.
I thought you gave it to Jace.
Mm-mm.
Since I went
No,
to the library with him.
He has it still.
Okay. All right. So if no one else is doing anything, Mouse, you can try to find them towards the end of the evening.
Well,
I
going
would
to,
just go
I
back
told
when I
them,
was done.
Yeah, I was gonna go back. I told them to meet back at the arcane place so that I could take them back. I wasn't gonna go looking for them. So I would go back. I'd stand near the entrance to the building, wait for them.
After a few minutes in the bookstore, Atrix, the shopkeeper comes up to you and is like, "Can I help you?" And is just like basically following you around, keeping an eye on you. How late are you staying? Are you going to stay late enough to possibly miss your trip back to the tower, or are you leaving?
Yeah, I would only wait for about an hour, and then they run around.
I would just say to him that I'm just looking at your books.
Okay, he's just going to continue to. He's keeping an eye on you because you're in a part of town where there are not a lot of kobolds.
They're a part of town where there is a lot of kobolds.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, the poor part.
Yep. The slums.
All right. So you said I never found any crazy strategy books.
Nope. You never found any how to beat goblins for dummies books.
Is there games here, like a board games?
No.
Any other? Every library has board games.
Not the
Probably
This is
not in
library. It's a
Fantasyland.
bookstore, and also they don't have. Yeah, it's not that kind of like the games for the most part are played in casinos and back alleys right here. They don't have sort of more recreational games.
They don't have like Risk or anything like that.
Settlers of
Nobody's-
Takria.
Yeah, settlers of
Settlers
Takria.
of No one's carrying around their Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? They're all Steam Deck users here because they're smarter.
Mm.
So how late are you staying at the bookstore?
Not late enough to miss my ride, I guess.
Okay. Everyone meets back up near the Aegis. You guys are taken back to the back to the tower. And then I would say that I don't know if you remember this, Ray, but they have a chime to open doors if you wanted to. bargain
Yeah,
for
I
it.
know. I
Okay.
was trying to open this without involving anyone else because it's
Gotcha.
I knew it was something private that wasn't sure if I wanted anybody else to see just yet.
I
So
mean,
I
none of
was-
us went into the other room I unlocked for you.
No, that's true. But yeah, and he knows that. And Mouse would know that. But he was thinking he could maybe try to do this on his own without asking for help.
Gotcha.
And that's what that was.
Okay. You guys are all back at the tower. It is getting a little bit later in the evening.
Right. as the evening gets around, I bring everybody back. I would go look for Vonik.
Okay.
And as I find him and, hey, Vonik, is it possible that you could use that chime of yours to unlock another door for me?
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
All right, I would.
Make sure
I
I
would.
have left. A chime of open.
Came with 3, you used 1, you have 2 left.
No, it came with 4. I
Came
used
with
1.
4.
I have 3
Okay.
left.
Yeah, there's if you click on the thing, you can actually do the charges.
I got you. Yep,
Okay.
I did the charges. Or I could just, I mean, if he's already unlocked the door and it just won't unlock, I can just break the door handle off for him. But yeah, I'll use the chime.
You can try. I would tell. I would tell you that I try. I actually unlocked the mechanism. It just the door won't open. So I would tell you that. So you can use that however you want to use that information for yourself.
I'll just try to turn the doorknob.
You go to turn it and it doesn't turn.
What if I try to turn it really hard?
Go ahead and make a strength check.
He's much stronger than I am, so I would.
I rolled a 1, so.
Yep, does not move.
Okay,
You're not much
I'll
stronger
hit
than
the
me.
chime.
Okay.
He
Go
puts his
ahead.
shoulder in it and goes, it's not working.
Mouse, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Let's say with advantage on this since it's in your tower.
Okay, well, 18 for the first one. Let's see. Okay, not gonna come through. So 19.
Okay, so he does the chime to the door. As you go up to grab the handle, turn it, and you sort of think about it, like, oh, it must have been an arcane lock, which means that it will likely only be unlocked for 10 minutes. Now, you can leave the door open and it won't relatch. But with a 19, you would know that with an arcane lock opened in that manner, it's only going to be unlocked for like 10 minutes.
I would open the door and tell Vonik that. Thank him. Oh, thank you, Vonik. Do you mind helping me investigate this room, see if there's anything of value in here?
I mean,
Since he helped me, I would offer to him to help me look through it.
yeah, sure. I mean, I can help you.
It's just you
And then
two
I
out
would
there?
prop the door. I would prop the door open with something, a chair, or whatever's in there.
Okay, as soon as you open the door, I need both you guys to make a con save.
Oh boy. Six.
Man, I rolled another 1. Rough.
So you
Oh,
open
wait,
the
what is
door,
that?
and this bright light comes from behind the door. Both you guys are blinded.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
Okay, you're both blinded, can't see anything.
Oh, well, that'll only last a little while, so.
Well, I would probably wait for blindness
Yeah, I'll just
to
wait it
wear off
out.
if
I'll just sit down and
possible,
wait it
yeah.
out.
Okay, so you guys sit down for a minute. Finally, your vision starts to come back. You look up, and there is a vibrant, shimmering like wall in the doorway.
Well, that was unexpected.
Good thing I'm not in there.
Can we get through the wall?
Well, you can try.
I'd take
I'll just...
push it through and then pull it back.
You take a what?
My quarterstaff, and like push half of it into the shimmering wall, and then pull it back out, or try to pull it back out.
Okay, so as you push the staff towards that wall, it starts to like catch on fire.
All right then.
You pulling it back,
I'll
or
look
you
at
continuing through?
I would try to pull it back.
Okay, yeah, you pull it back, and it is singed at the top, because it's not a magical staff, right?
All right. Well, we're not magical people either, so I would say, Vonik, I'm not sure we should go in there just yet. We can do some research before we check this. Go in here, unless
Sure,
you have
I
any
mean,
other ideas.
It seems like if you just soaked all your clothes and body in water and jumped through it real fast, you'd probably be all right.
Oh, is that it? Is that what we should do?
I mean, it only barely singed the end of that staff, right? So
I mean, it was on fire when you pulled it out. You can pat it out.
yeah, but
it is
you
black.
can
Like just the
jump.
bit that you put in there is charred.
You can jump through fire.
I was like, Eric was volunteering.
Tell you what. I said, tell you what. Give me just a minute. I'm gonna go downstairs, and is there like any cups or anything? Like, obviously there's got to be, right? There's like a kitchen and everything, right?
There's a kitchen, so for sure.
So what kind of cups are these? Stone or wood?
Ceramic.
Ceramic.
Probably,
That would
I
be
would
rough.
say tankards. Like it'd probably be like whatever.
Wood.
medieval
Okay.
Wood must be like.
I'll take one of the cups and I'll cut the bottom off the cup so that I have like a cylinder, like a piece of pipe, basically. And then I'll come back up there and I'll slide the cup in to see if we can see into the room through the wall, to see if it's like a thin thing that we could go through.
So describe this for me again. What you're doing?
I'm gonna take a cup.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut the end off of it so that I have a piece of pipe, essentially, right?
You got it like
I'm
a...
gonna s-
Okay.
and I'm gonna
Seeing
slide
I-
the cup into the wall, and if we can see through into the office, we know it's a pretty thin thing that we can probably just go through.
Okay. As you start to slide it in, the wall seems to like penetrate that pipe, so you can't see past the wall. Still, it just
All right,
fills
I'll
the
just-
hole, and it's charred at the end.
I don't know. Up to you, Mouse. We can just jump through it, or you can let it be.
Well,
What about the
I say-
door? Does the door open out or in?
It opens out towards you.
See, I never really seen Tasserin go in or out of this room, so I don't know if there's a password or some kind of dispel that he casts before going in here. It might be dangerous. So maybe
Is there a
we should-
window on the outside of the tower?
there wouldn't be no windows up like in this area.
Oh, so this room's like extraordinarily dark.
It's a magic tower. So it's lit however he wanted to light it.
It's Philips Hue bulbs. He's got like a magic app to
It's
change
a
the
disco
color.
in there.
Yeah. RGB. It's a gaming room. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe we should just leave this alone for now. I'll do some thinking on this and see maybe come up with another idea later.
All right. Whatever you want to do. It's your
I'm
stuff.
gonna leave the door propped open though,
Okay.
so it won't lock.
Gotcha.
And then that's it. That's all I'm gonna do for tonight.
Does Atrix ever see the room?
Maybe we should show Atrix.
Yeah, he'll jump through it, no problem. What if I soak that mug in water? Does it keep it from singeing?
No, it's immediately evaporates and is...
God dang magic, breaking the laws of physics.
That's what magic does.
Tell Atrix there's a whole room up there full of treasure, shiny.
You don't even know what's in there, dude. All you gotta do is jump through a wall of fire. And then if you roast to death on the other side, we won't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, I would just leave the door propped open, and I probably wouldn't do much else with that for now. Might think about coming back to it later.
Okay.
And then I would maybe go back and look through Tasserin's journal that I saved and see if that I found in his office. See if there's any mention of his
Magic door.
his door that was the other door that I couldn't get into. I don't know that it's a laboratory or anything like that, so it would just
I
another
will-
locked door to me.
Be right back. I'm gonna go get my water.
Go ahead and make a... You're just looking through the journals and stuff?
And reading the journal, seeing if there's any mention of how or he might have got into that room, or if there's any mention of this other room at all.
Go ahead and make an
Anybody heard about-
investigation check. 10 and... You have
Why
advantage?
did it roll twice?
I don't know.
No, why did it roll twice? I clicked it once. See, I'm using this mod that auto rolls, so maybe
Oh.
it's something goofy. I'll go with the first one, 10.
Yeah, 10. Don't see anything. All right.
Then I wouldn't do anything with it.
Okay. All right. So if that's it, anyone else doing anything before you long rest?
It's just gonna find his box and go to bed.
Okay.
I think
You know what, though? I might go find Saturn. And I know that has different magic than I have. So I might go show Saturn this door and ask him if he has any thoughts. Only because I know that he has different magic than me.
Yeah, I'll give it a look.
Okay. Saturn, so I found this door and I take you up there and then I show you and I tell you everything that that Vonak and I had tried and ask if you have any thoughts.
I'll try to discern. Can I roll like an Arcana check?
Yeah. In fact, both of you guys go ahead and make a Arcana check. See if you can, while you're looking at it, see if you can figure it out.
Hey, I only rolled once. I think.
Oof.
I rolled a 17.
That's like 3 nat ones tonight, guys. It's not going
It's
well.
going great. So
Get your
while
nat
you're
ones out of the way.
while you like brought him up there to look at it, and he's like looking over, he's like, I don't know, and he just sort of talking off the top of his head, and for some reason, something that he says sort of sparked your mind. That this reminds you of something that Tasserin had talked about. This looks like a spell of some kind. You can't remember the name of it, but it's some kind of spell that you have at least heard about. You can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I would relay what I think I remember about this to Saturn. See if he knows of any spells that might resemble this.
Yeah, with an Arcana roll of 1, he does not.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, so
Have you?
He's preoccupied.
What's it do? Have you tried to walk through it?
yeah, well, I show him my quarterstaff and I say I put this in there. It's all burnt. So
Have
I'm
you
not
used-
sure I want to put my body through that.
Any magic on it?
I have not cast any magic because I don't have anything that would. I don't know that I have any spells that would.
I don't have anything to get rid of anything, but I can cast something that we can at least test to see what it does against other magic. I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade
Okay.
and pull out a short sword.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put the blade into the door.
Okay. You stick the blade into the door, and it passes through, and it sort of looks like it sort of sizzles around where you're making the insertion. You pull it back, and it's not burned because it's a magical effect. But it seems to be no change in the wall, and it doesn't go through easily. You have to like give it some force to push it through.
Can I see through to like any part of the other side, or is it just this wall?
It's just a bright wall right now.
No, I don't really have anything that could help us with this.
All right. Well, thanks for trying. We're just gonna leave this alone for now.
If you find a way to be able to see to the other side, I might be able to get in there. But
Yeah, like a window. Is there a window?
This would be. I'm assuming this would be way up in the tower, not like on the bottom floor. So.
Well, I know it's not at the bottom floor, but climbing's not hard.
As far as you know, there are no windows that would look into this room.
climbing's especially not hard whenever you're 20 feet tall.
I would. Yeah, there's not really any windows on the outside of this tower. It does not have windows.
Man, this place
Everything's
must
magic
be like
sealed.
whether
door
it's
to
lit
the-
or not. This place feels oppressive.
Yeah, the only way to get outside was to open a door magically. So with a command word.
Maybe it has magic fake windows.
Yeah.
Like those
I mean, it,
looks like you're at the beach, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Yeah.
TV embedded in
Yeah.
your wall
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
shows
But
an
it-
image.
but it would be all fake, so magically. So no, light would be all magical. All right, I would just.
Is there a floor above this? Just tear the floor out above it and then drop down inside.
I don't know, maybe, but let's just leave this alone. We're gonna leave this alone.
No,
Thanks
you
for
want
your
to throw
try, Saturn.
you want to throw a rock through it or something that wouldn't burn the
All
tower
right,
down?
you need my help.
God.
I can put something through there.
Listen, if Atrix is around and he's suggesting stuff to throw in, I'm like, that's not a good
Oh.
idea.
I guess mine. If you thought just throwing a rock through, you could go get a rock and come back. Like you know about it.
Ooh, I could
mean,
try something with a rock.
If that's
I
what you
just,
thought.
yeah, I mean, it's just something that we can, throw through and it won't stay
I'm
on
gonna-
fire on the other side and burn the whole place down.
I'm gonna pull out a piece of copper.
Okay.
Got
And
an
then
idea.
if we can hear it click on the ground on the inside, we know it's.
Well, I also have something I can do too. I'm gonna cast magic stone on the piece of copper,
Okay.
and I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can into the wall.
Okay. So, hold on. Let me look up magic stone real quick. I gotta.
Wait a
do
second.
something.
I just had the idea. If we hear that click on the other side, I just go get the other gateway stone, throw it through the wall, and then we spend a minute, and then you'll end up inside the room.
What if the wall
But then
is like
if it destroys
How do
your
you get
gateways,
out?
then it's screwed.
Well, most magic items are very difficult to destroy.
what if the wall is like yeah, but what if you TP in there and it's like
I like Joe's question. How do you get out?
You just run back out, dude. Well, you just
You
Then
just do
what's
this
the point of
in-
you
not
just throw
running
the
in?
rock. You throw the rock back out, and then you teleport back out. It's that easy.
none of us took dispel magic, huh?
No, I do not.
We've got this wall. What level is dispel magic anyway?
I believe it's level 3.
Also, yeah,
well,
I
there's
don't even have
assuming-
any.
assuming
And
that
this-
this is a higher level than a level 3 spell, it wouldn't work anyway.
You got to remember, this is like a master a wizard that would have.
Yeah, that's true.
Made this tower, so
I don't even have access to level 3 yet, so
anybody does. It's level 5.
oh, is that the
Yeah, level 3 spells.
Okay,
come at
so
level
I will
5.
say that you throw the rock at the wall, and it sort
Or
of
the-
bounces off the wall and is singed where it touched the wall, or the piece of copper.
Well, that didn't work. And I'll pick it up, put it back in.
You guys are making me have to like figure out interactions between weird things.
Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna go get my
We're just gonna constantly
teleportation
throw shit
stone,
Okay, the
Right.
gate stone.
the gate
What if-
stone.
what if we don't get it
Fr-
back?
from down down in the main room. You hear, "You all ready yet?"
It's the middle of the night, old man. Just wait until the morning. The ship doesn't even leave till then.
I'm already awake. Time to go.
It's because you took a nap in the middle of the day. Just relax. And I go back upstairs. We can just force this rock through, right?
You can
I
certainly
don't
try.
think that's the safest idea.
Listen, little danger never hurt anyone. And
What
when
if
it
you,
does,
What if you sent a little animal in there?
you're not an animal. You're like a living, conscious thing. All right, like
But
You
it's
have-
As
an
a-
outside world.
you're not much smarter than an animal, it seems. But like,
I would just because I would try it anyways. I would say the command word Shrek to see if it would disarm the magic award.
Okay, it does not.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't think so. So
I will say that, like, remembering that it's a spell, you might be able to figure out what it is from Tassarin's library.
so you want to do that before I try to throw this rock to the wall?
yeah, I'll say, you know what, guys? I'm gonna go down to the library that he has here and see if there's any information in here about the spell. I know it's a spell, but I just can't really recall what spell he used. So I'm gonna go down and see if I can research this in the library. See if we can find anything.
I'll come and help you.
Or
Okay, so-
library.
More
If he's helping you, make an investigation check with advantage.
Alright,
Or we can each make one. It's up to you guys.
No, my
This is
investigation.
just-
My
Staring
my
at this wall.
investigation is terrible.
Jace is just staring at this wall and just.
There, I rolled a 16 and a
They walk away and it's just me
19.
and Atrix.
I
I'm
rolled
like,
a
listen,
19
man.
investigation.
Throw Atrix through the wall.
Listen, man. You want to try to walk through it? I'm not stopping you.
Okay.
I'll even push
Uh,
you through if you think it'll help.
So yeah, with this 19, after a few minutes, you come across one of the books that describes the spell, and it clicks for you. This is a prismatic wall.
Prismatic wall.
So how thick is it? Can I push a little
So if
goblin
you
through?
if you look up the spell in
I'm not a goblin.
D&D Beyond, it will tell you exactly how it works, and you can decide what you want to do from there.
Can I push a lesser goblin through the wall?
I'm not even a goblinoid.
How
I'm
dare
saying
you
that
call
you-
him
I
that? He
would,
hates
very-
goblinoids.
Atrix takes very offense from that.
Listen. I'm saying you're a lesser goblin because you couldn't beat a goblin in a fight.
Okay, this is a 9th level spell.
Oh.
A shimmering, multicolored flame of light forms a vertical, opaque wall up to 90 feet long, 30 feet high, and 1 inch thick, centered on a point you can see within range.
Yeah, dude. 1 inch thick. That's the important part. I can just.
Alternatively, you can shape the wall into a sphere up to 30 feet in diameter, centered on a point which you can choose. The wall remains in place for the duration if you position the wall so that it passes through a space occupied by a creature if the spell fails and your action and the spell slot are wasted. The
And
wall
obviously,
sheds bright light.
it's a little different because this has been longer than 10 minutes that it's been up for you
Fair.
guys. But this is the basic principle of how this wall works.
Well, if it's an
Yeah.
inch thick, no
We have
problem.
to so we have to destroy each layer. There's
Well, it
each
could be
color
30
layer.
feet.
Yeah, that's the test.
Oh, that's true.
If it's an inch thick, this is easy. If it's 30 feet thick and the whole room is on fire, then that's a little rough.
When I pushed my shadow blade in, did it feel like it ever got easier towards the tip of the blade or anything? Or
Nope.
But
You
that
and
could just
creatures
be.
you designate at the time you cast the spell can pass through and remain near the wall without harm. If another
Mouse.
creature that can see the wall moves to within 20 feet of it or starts its turn here, the creature must succeed on a con save or become blinded.
So
So
I-
Mouse was not designated.
Oh, okay.
here's the thing.
All right.
Would I be able to find information on this spell in Tasserin's library if I looked? Just to
You
show.
just did.
I know we found out what the spell was, and I might know what it is. I've heard of it. Okay, so I would know that it's a prismatic wall, and there's basically 7 layers, and we got to destroy each layer one by one
Yes.
to get in. So
How do you destroy the layers?
Well, you start with red and go to violet, and you get each
Oh.
layer has a different thing you got to do to destroy the layer.
Oh,
What color is it right now?
So its color starts with red, and you got to do 25 cold damage to it to destroy the red layer.
I just look up at the giant.
I can't do anything about
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to tell you this right now, no one's passing through this because it's 10d6 on each layer until you get to indigo.
No, that's the That's the type of damage you take if you tried to go through it.
Yeah,
right, that's
but
what I'm saying.
it's-
Is if we
You
like
try
just
to
try
go
to
through
go
it.
through it, like we
Yeah, you won't pass through it. You got to destroy the layers.
yeah.
So
that's what I'm
we
saying.
would
If
need-
it's an inch thick, you shove this little rock through there, you teleport on the inside. But if it fills the whole room,
I
we're
had a
not getting
short
in.
sword and I stuck it pretty far in, and it didn't feel like I was through.
Assuming that it repels you at every layer and it's still only an inch thick, it would repel you the
Okay.
whole time.
I come back up and I cast Snillic Snowball
Okay.
on the.
Dude, we
on
have
the
so
first
much to
layer.
do on this though. I'm only through 3 layers and we gotta do so many things.
Yeah, there's a lot. But I'm gonna. I'm pretty sure it doesn't come back, so it's something I can work on
Oh,
each
that's
time
kinda
I come
cool.
back to the tower.
Yeah.
So for now, I'll just actually, you know what? We'll just stop. We're not. I'll just tell everybody we're not getting into this tonight, and get some rest, and we'll head out in the morning.
Okay. All right, everyone.
I thank everybody for all their effort they put into helping me with this.
We still have one kobold that could try to run through.
It's full of shiny things.
I'm not ruling this out.
Nothing comes out the other side. It's just evaporated.
Turn to dust. Bones turn to dust.
Yeah, each layer does a ton of damage. Like you try to go through it.
He turns into a skeleton, and then we'll meet him.
And then the skeleton is burned.
Oh yeah, and then we'll meet him later in the campaign. Yeah.
All right. So if there's nothing else, everyone go ahead and bed down. You guys get your long rest.
I think so. This is that same day that I tried, right? To
Tried what?
contact my mom. This is that same day it didn't.
This is the day you were waiting to hear back, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think I'm gonna stay up extra late, just kind of like anxiously, like.
Okay.
Waiting on the thing.
Okay. Yep.
Even
you
if
stay
it
up.
means like. Yeah.
I would say that like it's not going to cause. Well, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I
See
think
if it
like
causes.
eventually I would succumb to the evening because it's been more than 24 hours. But yeah. Yoink, where are we?
Ooh, 10 is what you needed. So I'll say that since you're not like actively doing anything, you're just sort of sitting there waiting for something, that you can still get a full rest with the con save of 10.
Okie dokie.
But you stay up. No messages. You wake up in the morning a little tired, but not exhausted. Everyone get your long rest. It is morning. The day is yours.
I'd like to have a chat with the party. And
All right,
say,
let's...
there's an awful lot of racket last night. And if we're going to be an efficient party, we need rest. So I don't care what you do on your own time, but the responsible thing to do would be to get to bed so we can get up early and get our job done.
Listen,
If you don't care what we do on our own time, why are we getting a lecture?
Maybe you should just keep it quiet.
I'll just be
listen,
like,
Merton, you sleep 15 hours of the day. I'm sure you're all right. We're like
You're like a cat.
we're all 40 years younger than you. It'll be fine that we stayed up a little bit later than you.
I just don't understand.
These kids
yes,
today
it's-
and their
it's
When I was your age, I
yes.
was up before the sun, working.
I think I would
I'm sure you were.
tell the party
Didn't have the luxury to be out all night.
I bet you
Talking.
walked uphill both ways.
Carrying
to
on.
School
are you,
too.
I was like, are you guys ready to go catch that ledger recliner?
Yeah. I
Yes.
think before we leave, I just would want to like.
Check the library. Okay.
Yeah, I want to hit the library. I'm not worried. In there.
I need this.
I lost my library buddy, so I really need to hit a hard press. No, I think I would just apologize a little bit. It's like, yeah, I stayed up a little bit late. And I think I would just kind of fess up to the party that that closet that we run into in Brable, or we didn't run into.
What we heard about?
Yeah. I think that was my mom.
Your mom's a closet?
She is now.
Boy,
My mom has
how
been.
far from the tree?
Yeah. I think Jason would chuckle at that.
Would Atrix know what a closet is?
Make a. I guess this would be either Arcana. Make an Arcana check, sure.
Nope.
Nope.
And then, in all seriousness, Mouse will look at him and say, "So, are you saying we need to go to another plane to find your mom?"
Maybe. I don't think she'd be that dumb.
Do I need?
mom's
We
been
need
sick
to
for a-
learn to summon a demon.
My mom's been
Atrix
sick
is
for a long
just looking
time.
confused.
I mean, this is
Um,
stuff. This is stuff Mouse would have learned about in school, anyways, if nothing else.
I think I would primarily just. I apologize for the wild goose chase and all the library visits. I've been trying to look into finding some answers. My mom's been sick for a long time. My brother did something really dumb. I think he may have gotten entangled in some kind of abyssal lord, and as a result, I'm like this, and my mom is transformed into a Quasit, and we're just trying to find him, my dad, my other brother, and it seems she may have gotten caught by the Arcane Aegis. I'd like to think that she wasn't so stupid as to take the Ledric liner here, but well, she may have been. So anyway, I'm sorry. Let's go on our way. Let's help people that we can help, and until I can find some more answers.
Before I left this day, I would put on my traveling clothes, not my robes.
Okay.
Atrix would ask Mouse what a Quasit is.
It's a kind of like a demon from a different plane of existence.
It's kind of like you, but with horns.
I'm more related to dragons, but alright, whatever.
All right.
That would
you
be
guys-
my answer to Atrix.
Okay, you guys heading out to the Tokrian docks?
Yes.
Okay, you guys head out. Board the Ledric liner. Show them your tickets. Get on board. It's a little rainy today, but it takes you probably until evening to get to Nethalos. Let me look. Boop. No. Trying to tell you what the thing is. Nethalon. There it is. Okay, there. So you're coming into the docks there at Nethalon. I think it's Nethalon. Is it Nethalon or Nethalos? Now I can't remember. Nethalon. The docks there, as you're getting closer, you can see that the buildings are painted shades of red, as opposed to the purple from Tokria. Yeah, you get there towards it's not like sun setting, but you guys left early, so it'd probably be like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. As you show up, can I get everyone to make a perception check?
Yes, I will perceive things. Eventually.
23.
That's an 11.
Well, it's pretty good.
I rolled an 18.
Got a 12.
13.
Okay, so if you rolled above a 12 or above, so I think it's everyone except
Nice.
for Merton and Atrix.
Nope, I got a 13.
You guys looking around? You did get a 13? Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone except for Merton notices this then. You guys are looking
He's
around.
so
There's
upset that it's taking so long to get
lots
here.
of this won't go any faster. He's tapping his foot. Looking up and down the docks, there's lots of people working, lots of dock workers. You can see like one that stands out from the rest of them is a Goliath. Stands out because he's much taller. He's shirtless. He's just like moving stuff. You can see he's got lots of like tattoos on his back and chest.
Hey, Vonak, is that like your cousin?
That's racist. Let me read those tattoos.
What? You guys all look the same.
Are you getting closer to him?
I mean, we're pretty big. I assume I can read these tattoos from a decent distance.
Go ahead and make another perception check now that you're looking directly at this person.
Oh, God. Nope.
Yeah, from this
Apparently not.
distance,
My vision got worse.
can't really tell. You can, I mean, you can tell that he's tattooed, but it's pretty far away.
I'll get a little closer.
Okay. As you go closer, I mean, once you get in range to see it, you recognize this person. This is Vonak.
Oh no, is that a name I gave you?
Yes, it is.
Jesus. I was worried about this. Scroll.
It is your cousin.
It is my cousin. Jesus. What did I say he was? Was that in my backstory?
He's your friend.
Okay, yeah. Wait, how the fuck did he get down here? He's on the dock. He's not on the boat we're on, right?
Correct. He's working. He's like lifting boxes and moving them.
I'll get as close to him as I can get from the edge of the ship, because the ship is unmooring. I'm assuming, right? Like,
this is as you guys are coming off the ship.
oh, as we're coming off the ship. Okay,
Yeah.
I misunderstood. So we're like at our location.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just walk up to him.
Oh,
Oh,
so we're where the Goliaths are.
No.
No, this isn't the
You're
Goliath
in a
area.
big city.
We're just in a city.
And
yeah, I'll just walk.
it's like you guys have maybe seen a Goliath here or there before, but rarely, if ever, any kind of tattoos on them. And generally they tend to live, like, you'll see them in the docks working occasionally, but they tend to live in the slums, same places that like kobolds and goblins and all that stuff live.
Dang, white people always oppressing people who aren't them.
How big is this town that we're in? How large is this town?
It's a big town.
That's the one. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
large.
big
Is
city.
it as big as the one we left?
I'd say it's a little bit smaller than Takria, but it is still, I mean, very big.
Okay.
Does Vonak have tattoos?
This was once a capital, so it's pretty big. You look over, Vonak has a shirt on. You don't know.
Yeah, you've never
Hey,
seen me without my clothes on.
take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off. Whoa, those muscles look so big. Yeah, I'll just walk up to him and be like, Vonak, what are you doing here?
He's like sits down a box, turns over to you, and he says, "Vonak." You can see his body tenses up. The emotion on his face goes from like joy to anger to sadness. He says, "I don't know if I should hug you or kill you. Why are you here?"
Well, after I was taken off of the mountain and escaped being a slave, I have been traveling.
You were a slave.
You were a slave?
Is everyone else around me?
Martin's not. Martin's starting to walk where he's supposed to go, and he looks back and he's like, "Oh boy, here we go." He's just sitting there, just giving you the stink eye.
Yes, I got kidnapped off the mountain. I didn't leave on my own.
He looks over and then you see someone like over a little ways away yelling at him, "Hey, I'm not paying you to chit chat." And Vonak looks over, "Oh yeah, okay." And he keeps like moving stuff. He's like, "A lot happened after you left. I'm done here in a few hours, and you should know. If you just meet me at the end of the docks here in a couple hours, I'll be done."
All right.
We're not gonna be happy with this.
God dang it. I'm not worried about Merton's feelings.
Merton's
good,
like, "Why
'cause you
can't we go somewhere?"
You can tell Merton that, I'm afraid.
Actually, Merton, what we're doing is we're going to meet up at the dock, and then we're going to go to a library. It's the traditional meeting place of all Goliaths.
Very well-read people.
Yeah,
The Goliath.
the Goliath, yes. We have many books on the mountain.
Uh,
They're carved into stone. They last forever.
So you have a couple hours. If anyone wants to do anything, you can. Otherwise, you can just wait.
Are we doing a good old-fashioned time skip, or does someone have to go do something?
That is fine.
Like
by me.
the library, or other non-book related activities?
The only thing I would suggest we maybe do is check to see if there's some kind of job board here with something we could do on the way to, or whatever, you know? Maybe something that can make Merton a little happy.
Yeah, sure. We can do that. We got time.
Okay. Yeah. While you wait, you can check the job board. It is a lot of similar stuff that you found on other job boards. Lots of dock work. Lots of like small, like trading, like Craigslist posts. Nothing too out of the ordinary for this job board. Again, you can find stuff on like different security details for, not security details, but like looking for bouncers for different places and stuff like that. But nothing outstanding here that you haven't seen similar stuff before.
Nothing to make Merton feel like the night savior he is.
No,
All right,
yeah.
that's fine.
So
Let's,
you wait
I'm gonna push select and let's advance time.
Okay.
I'm
A
gonna do
couple
same
hours
with
on the
Vonik.
slider.
So you wait a
I'll
couple
keep my
hours, go
distance
back
away
to the
from him,
docks.
'cause I'm a little intimidated by him.
Okay, so you go back to the docks and Vovek comes over to you. He looks you over. He's like, "You can come with me." And he starts walking back. You guys follow into his house, basically in the poor part of town. He sits down. Says, "Anyone?" He offers you like water.
Yeah.
And then
sure.
gets you all settled in. And he sits down and says, "After you left, we looked for you. But when we couldn't find you, we just assumed you were dead. Your father decided that was enough to try to unite the tribes.
Okay.
He went to the Tondar clan. And you know about the Tondar clan. You know that they had a working relationship on occasion. They weren't like best buds or anything, but there was some mutual respect there. It says you went to the Tondar clan to propose unification. Grondo, who is the leader of the Tondar clan, Grondo saw it as a sign of weakness. He crushed his hand and sent him home in disgrace. When news got around to the other tribes, we became a target. Your father fought bravely, but wasn't in his best form with a shattered hand. We would skirmish and retreat, and skirmish and retreat. With all the fighting and moving, his hand couldn't heal properly. It became green and infected, and he died shaking on the ground. I don't wish that death upon anyone. Your mother was broken and sought to kill Grondo and any who stood in her way. We readied for battle and started out to fight the Tondar clan. We arrived in the morning before Grondo had returned from his morning patrol. Your mother waited for him to return to challenge him to honorable combat. There was no honorable combat. As soon as Grondo returned, he called for all-out attack. We fought, but we were weakened and no match for them. I saw my parents die. I saw your mother struck down. He sort of looks off in the distance a little bit. He goes, she actually gave me your father's bracers before she died. Grondo gave us a choice to any who were left. Join him or run. I couldn't join a man who had just killed my parents. So now I live with the shame of being a coward. He says, fortunately, I met someone that makes it not feel so bad. And he motions over. Says, this is Nayla. She found me as I came down the mountain. I was unconscious when I got to the bottom. She brought me back here and nursed me to health. Hold on a second. And he gets up and goes and digs to a trunk and brings you these leather bracers and hands them to you. So they were your father's. They don't belong to me.
Well. Shit. You know,
I'll put a hand on Vonek's back.
I know where this tribe is, right?
You would be able to find it if you could get back to where your tribe was from, but you aren't exactly sure how to get there. You have a good idea.
Can he tell me how to get there?
He says, I came down the mountain with a couple others, but we got lost a few times. The others died on the way down to crap, can't remember the name of the thing.
It's not just me. Ha ha.
Ha ha!
Ha ha.
Says they died to a Paraton attack when we were weak from not eating. And you would know that Paratons are like the big, like, bird creatures that live up in the mountains. And normally, you know, if you're walking around with 2 or 3 guys, you're not a threat. But these guys were on the run.
Are these like,
and
are these
starving.
like rocks, or are they like smaller than that?
They're smaller than that.
Oh,
They're
okay.
they're not like parrot size, but they're not
Well,
rock
yeah,
size.
yeah.
They're in between. But yeah,
They're
they're not enormous.
Yeah. Okay. They're not like huge mega birds. They're
Right.
like condors or something.
Right.
Okay.
It says I don't know if I could find my way back, and honestly, I don't want to go back.
Well, I don't really blame you for wanting to go back, but I will eventually make my way back.
I hope your father's bracers can help you.
Is there anything special about him? I didn't ever know that there was anything special about him.
I would say that you maybe had like seen seen the way he like takes care of them and stuff, but they hadn't like told you that story yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you if you ever asked about him, they're like, yeah, they'll go to you someday, but you don't know
nothing,
much
okay.
about him.
And who's this person that helped this guy out? What's her name again?
Nayla. Who's another Goliath woman. But
Oh,
no
she's
tattoos.
Goliath too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Says yeah, she had found work escorting a convoy to Tegusa, and when they got there, she spotted me coming down the mountain, and as I fell, she came over to look, and insisted they bring me back. I owe her a lot.
I look at her and I say, I very much appreciate you saving my friend from the mountain.
She smiles at you and said he would have done the same for anyone.
It's a rough trip down, that's for sure. At least I know where to find you now, even if everything else has gone. But believe me, I will find and kill the leader of that other tribe.
He sticks his hand out. I wish you luck, and gives you the not even a handshake, the
like this.
yeah.
The big full like muscle arm handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
I lean over to Merton and very quietly under my breath I say, I think we found someone to help.
And as he grabs your arms like that, his eyes start to tear up in a little bit. He says, "It is good to see you," and he brings you in for a full hug.
All right. I'm
With
sorry.
that-
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna come up
time.
behind that and hug Vonak from behind.
He was-
like his leg.
he looks at you, he backs up and looks at you. Who is this person?
Oh, sorry, I'm just a friend.
This is after I escaped the slave camp. I found a job. Essentially being a
Babysitting me.
bouncer. Sitting at a place telling gnomes not to do bad things. Not that hard of a job.
He sort of chuckles
And
at that.
a rich man in town hired me to take care of him, to be his bodyguard. So I did that for a while until that went upside down, and now we're on the run again. But now with this new information, I have a new goal. If I do manage to kill him and take over his tribe, I will try to do what I proposed my father did.
Atrix will ask, who are you guys running from?
Shut up, Atrix.
Just like woman.
Goliath launches Kobold through the window.
Atrix is keeping his distance from him.
He's standing 10 feet back at all times. So, who's this person?
You tell him all that, and he says, "I wish you luck. May the mountain take better care of you than it did me."
If I do succeed, do you want me to inform you?
I would love to know. I don't know that it will change my circumstance, but I think I would feel better. He killed my parents too, by the way.
Yes. He will most definitely perish.
Oh, I'd tell Vonak at this point, you have my spells at your service.
And my
Spells
personality,
My spell is also everyone in this group.
my daring good looks.
You have my huge muscles at your service. Hold up a scrawny little arm.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm waiting for Merton to say huge muscles, but I saw his mini.
He's emaciated.
His chest is a little frail, but his arms, man.
He skips chest day, but
Right.
not arm day.
I thought he'd have like old man strength, like he'd have that like still muscly but not huge, the kind of thing going on.
He carries 50-pound dumbbells in his hands at all times.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
He's
constantly
curling.
doing armor walks.
Constantly
Yeah.
curling.
He never does this though. It's only this.
Never shrugs, never pushes out, always just bicep curls and nothing else.
It's got the matching
However-
like tracksuit with the
Killing
swish swish
people
kind of noise.
Killing people and getting revenge seems like it's right up Merton's alley.
I think we have a plan of action.
Give me an army and I can command them in any way.
How big was his tribe? Do you remember?
You would know that like all the tribes had a fair balance to them, which is why it was in a state of everyone's separate. But from what you can remember, Tondor himself was formidable. He was no slouch. And Vovek would tell you that your dad did not go there to fight, so he wasn't prepared for a fight. He went there to talk.
What's that guy's name? Grondo?
Grondo.
Grondo.
Grondo Tondar.
Grondo Tondar.
Grondo.
He was bad, eh? Tondar.
I didn't even make that one up. That's all Isaac.
Alright. Yeah, let's go F some dudes up.
Well, if he's as formidable as he's saying, we might need to wait a little while, but
Let's go
You can name me an army, I
hyperbolic
can-
time train it.
I can help out very much.
I don't trust you with anything, Atrix. Understand this. I don't believe that any army you could muster would help us. You couldn't even beat your own people. What makes you think you're gonna beat a
I was
village or
going easy
tribe
then.
of 8-foot tall mega men?
Listen, I was going easy at that time. Listen, next time I go see him again, I'm gonna kill him. For what he's done to me.
There, Atrix. I'll pat him on the back.
It's okay. He just found out his dad died, and his mom got struck down.
Looks like
Bad
we're
sign.
looks like we're gonna be in the army killing business. We're gonna go kill Atrix's, overthrow
Well,
his.
the tribes in the mountain aren't like, they're not army sized.
Yeah, but they're big enough that they could be his army
Yeah.
size.
Yeah, I suppose 10 Goliaths is probably worth quite a few normal people.
It's like one of those questions, like, who would win, 10 Goliaths or 1,000 kobolds?
Right? I need that battle simulator game.
Would you rather fight 10 Goliaths? Is it 10 kobold-sized Goliaths? Or 20 Goliath-sized kobolds?
From here, I think we kind of have a path to chart now, yeah?
Just start heading
Yes,
heading
in a
that way. You can start getting
Just-
accustomed to those bracers.
Just know, I appreciate any of your help, but going up the mountain is no small feat.
You must carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain.
Yeah.
I look at Grandpa over there and I say, he's probably been up mountains both ways.
What? What are you saying to that kid? I can understand that one.
All right. Well, now that we're done having a bro shake, I guess we'll go.
Okay.
I'll fill him. I'll basically just give him the same, tell him what happened with me, and then the whole thing, and then he tells me everything, and we do our bro shake, and I'm like, at least now I know where to find you. I'll let you know what happens, and we're out, I guess.
Okay. If you tell him all about that, he will mention that he was. Actually, no, he won't, because that didn't. No, that doesn't make sense. Sorry. Continue.
He's not gonna mention. He's like, what?
No, because I was thinking, but then I remembered the timelines are different, so he doesn't know.
Like, wait a minute. Don't you hold out on me. Do you need anything? Are you guys doing all right, I hope?
We get by. I work at the docks. Nayla finds work where she can. Sometimes she works at the docks.
Do you need any money to help you get by?
I think we're okay.
I got very fortunate recently.
He says, we've got enough money for this place. And while you look around, it's not by any means nice. But it is, like, compared to all the other places around, it is big enough to house 2 Goliaths.
2 Goliaths. So, yeah,
So-
it's like...
So he's like, we're content here.
You know what? Since I did pick up that other gate stone, I will hand him one of the gate stones.
So, what's this?
This is a gate stone. I just recently acquired it. From my understanding, if you focus on it for around a minute, you will be teleported to my location, and I can come here as well, vice versa.
Says, okay.
If anything does happen, and I let you know, you'll be able to at least come see.
It's all right.
If
He
nothing
goes
else,
and-
it's a good way for me to make it back here if anything happens as well.
He says, it's pretty. He sets it down on a table.
Try not to
Keep it
lose
in
it.
your pocket.
There's only 2.
And definitely don't throw
Oh.
it in the bottom of the
So
ocean.
he goes and he goes and opens the chest that he got your bracers out of and puts it in there and closes it.
Okay.
If we're gonna use that thing, we're gonna teleport in the chest.
Yeah.
Oh
Pop up in
god!
the chest.
I don't fit in here.
It only takes one person, right? Or does it actually
Yes, it's
open
one
up the
person.
gate? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey.
All right. Well, I guess after we're done talking, we'll make our way out.
Okay, it's around 5-ish, 6 o'clock now. Are you guys going to stay the night in Nethalon, or are you going to start out?
Where on this map is where Eric's thing is at? Is it these mountains here?
So you guys are
Same
here in
continent?
Nethalon.
Mm-hmm.
Nayleen, which I don't know if you guys are still planning on stopping there, is around this area.
That's the trafficking place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he said he came down from Tagusa, which is in this area. And then, yeah, it's these mountains.
Yeah. Merton thinks we should still stop by that first town.
Yeah. If there's people in need, we can help them for sure.
We can't just leave them there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll need some time to prepare anyways.
Think of this as a training.
We'll just.
I'm
we
gonna
wanna-
these bracers. So what's up with these? I'm gonna get looking at them once we're somewhere.
It's. Are you going to have Mouse identify them for you?
Yeah, that'd probably be the easiest thing to do.
So are we staying here for the night? Is that what we discussed, or we hadn't discussed?
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Merton, what would you rather do? Would you rather start the walk and camp along the way, or just stay in an inn for the night and head out in the morning?
I have an important question for you. If we
Okay.
stay here, is anyone going to have to go to the library before we leave town?
You should have gone before we left.
Because we
It's not
start
a bad
walking,
Merton.
we're not stopping.
I grab
You
Atrix.
hear that? You hear that, kids in the back seat?
I grab Atrix and I look at Merton and I say, I promise there will be no more libraries or libraries.
Does gotta prepare for battle anyways.
So it's 5 silver per room in most of the inns, unless you want to go to a super crappy inn or a super expensive inn. 5 silver per room, and each room you can get rooms that have 2 beds.
I will put up for a room, and
Yeah,
whoever wants
I'll
to
get my
room
own
with me-
room.
I'll share Jace's room because he's quiet.
I'd go and get a meal in a room. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just get a normal room.
Will anyone like to share with me?
No.
I'll get a room for myself.
If I can set up my hammock, I'll and if Merton's okay with it, like Atrix can have the bed, and I'll just set up my hammock in the corner.
Between the 2 beds.
I imagine you see Merton kind of.
No, whatever. Just let me sleep. It's been a long day.
It was a lovely boat ride. Jace is a little sad to be off the water.
So, Mouse will identify that for you. It's in your inventory now, Eric.
Okay. Let's see. Let me check my inventory.
Things in people's inventories through D&D Beyond.
Yep.
Fancy. I thought what you were doing last time.
Oh, can
Oh,
Mouse
it's not showing
identify
up yet,
something
I
else
guess.
for me?
Reload.
You know, Mouse is always willing. You just gotta ask him.
I have this bottle of wine that I have no idea what it does.
You want me to identify a bottle of wine?
Could be magic wine.
Still?
It's a bottle of Witchlight wine that I got from.
He identifies it for you. What it does is, anytime you uncork it, you hear it plays the calliope music from the carnival until it's empty.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, is this like a Harry Potter thing? It's just a loud screeching unless he gets naked and gets in the bath.
What the freak?
You have to play it underwater. God, any of you guys
it's
ever
not
seen
like
that?
You go to get in the bath and some ghosts pop out of the wall.
Yeah.
Hello, Harry.
Heavy. That thing's not in my inventory. Oh, there it is. It finally popped up. It finally popped up.
Atrix is gonna get up really, really early in the morning.
And that counts for fists, by the way. You can like wrap some of the leather part over your knuckles.
Okay.
Before Jace goes to bed, he just, like, again, kind of late, but not too late this time, just whispers into his amulet. I'm on my way to, sorry, was it Nethalon?
You're in Nethalon. You're heading towards Naleen at the moment.
We're in Nethalon, headed to Naleen to help out some people. We're actually going to head into the mountains, too, potentially. I hope you're okay.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. If there's nothing else, you guys will have a long rest.
Atrix is getting up really early.
You trying to beat Merton up? Merton's up at like 4 in the morning.
Yep, I'm trying to beat up Merton.
No, Atrix will probably get up at like 5.
Martin will give the old man joke. Well, good morning, lazy bones. You know, good afternoon. You wake up at 5.
Good after. Yeah, we wake up at 5 a.m. He's like, I've already been awake for 10 hours.
Did you get everything read? Any questions on that, Eric?
No, yeah,
Okay.
I understand how it works. I'm gonna put them on.
Okay. So you're attuning to them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys wake up the next morning. It is raining again. You guys heading out?
Yeah.
While I'm waiting for them to get up, I'm gonna be training with my bow and swords.
I still have your bow.
I sleep with it.
Too bad my strength can't go up really above a 20.
No, that's
You
what
still-
that does.
Well, I know, but like the modifier doesn't go up past 5, I don't think.
It does.
Oh, it's still 5 right now.
Yeah, because if you don't hit
Yeah,
20,
you're
you have to hit 22.
Yeah, I'm at 22 strength right now.
You are?
Shouldn't it be
Yeah.
+6 then?
It's not showing +6, but I am at 22 strength.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's showing +6 for me. Hit refresh.
Oh. God damn you, D&D Beyond. There.
Making me refresh? How dare you?
How dare you just update?
Hey,
Hell.
Vonak.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you doing all right, by the way? That was awful news.
I'll be fine. I'll
Are
be
you
especially
sure?
fine when this is taken care of.
Do you have any tattoos? Those are sick. Well, your other guy had. Not as cool as mine, but they were pretty cool.
Yes, everyone in our tribe had tattoos like that. They annotated what your status in the tribe were and your role that you played.
Bunch of prison tattoos.
One overarching tattoo with linked runes that determined what you did.
It's a prison tattoo.
So what are yours
What are
represent?
yours?
I was, well, at the time I left, other than being just generic warrior, I was, son of the king, heir to the throne kind of thing, but obviously not anymore.
Well, maybe it's time you come and take your rightful place.
Are we overthrown?
I might do that if there was anyone left, but it sounds like there isn't many left. In fact, there might just be me and him left.
I think it's overthrow more than revenge. Take out the people.
Well, it sounds like your father wanted to unify.
My father never wanted to unify. I wanted to unify. He just chose to do it after I disappeared.
Why don't you do that now?
Because now I don't have an army, or a village, or anything.
Maybe not yet, but you have a couple of good friends now.
As he
Yes.
says that, I just look at Atrix and I just look back.
I can probably muster up a strong army of kobolds at the ready for you.
You're not so different. You and I.
See, I did say that.
That's great.
I would like to go back to the village at some point just to see what's left, but otherwise, if I can kill their leader, I become de facto leader, I would assume. That's how it works. If it works the same in every...
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, if it works
we
the same...
If we go, are you wanting to try and do it the honorable way, like your mother did?
Absolutely not. If we go, and we will go, I will just kill him. There's not going to be any honor.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, do you want it to be a one-on-one, or do you just want us to crush him?
I just want to crush him. And if possible, I want his family to watch me crush him.
Shivers, dude.
I've had a few of my men that's done that. It's been
Let's
there before.
freaking go.
I know how to treat that.
All right, you guys are headed out. Basically, like I said, it's a 3.5 day trip to Naleen from Nethalon. If there's anything you guys want to do, any conversations you want to have over, like Night Watch or anything like that, you can go ahead and do those. Otherwise, we can just skip ahead to it.
Fast travel.
Okay. Let me move my calendar.
I suppose when we do the first camp, I can let everyone see my tattoos, which I've never done. So it's just like a really intricate system of runes with one big thing that goes around the shoulders and onto the back.
Interesting. We just do armor and clothes in my clan.
Well,
It's
you can
like-
lose. You can lose armor and clothes. If you lose your skin, you're in a much worse position.
Jace is
You know,
tatted
so-
up, and
That's
so as a
really
result, like
honorable.
super interested.
Yeah, I can't suspect like tattoos are that common in the world.
Not terribly common. They're more common among like sailors, of course, and you guys have heard about magical tattoos, but they're not super common,
Has Atrix heard of magical tattoos?
especially in the cities. They're more common in like tribal stuff like Goliath. What'd you say, David?
Does Atrix know anything about magical tattoos?
I don't think so. I'll make an Arcana check for me. We'll let the dice decide.
Tattoos are already painful. I'm trying to imagine how painful a guy with a stick with like needles on the end of it doing like that traditional like where they just poke you, you know? Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's see, you want Arcana?
Yep.
Okay. Arcana. +1. What'd I get?
Nope.
6.
Nope.
No idea about magical tattoos. Like I know what tattoos are. I've seen them.
I've heard of tattoos.
Okay, so 3.5
I guess it's
days
like-
later.
Atrix is gonna talk to
Okay, go ahead.
he's gonna talk
I thi-
to Eric's character. Whatever his name is.
Vonak.
Vonak, yeah. I'm gonna say, don't get too filled with rage to where you're blinded by it. It affects your fighting, and it makes you a worse soldier.
I'm assuming this is in the morning, so I'm like lacing up my boots as he's telling me this. I like look at him and I squint and I'm like, listen, Atrix. Out of everyone in this group, you're the person I don't want advice from.
Poor Atrix.
Until you prove to me that you can do something.
I'm just laughing my ass off over the corner. Jason dying.
Okay, fine then. Give me my army. I can show you what I can do with that.
I need you to do something alone. Having someone do it for you is not a sign of strength, Atrix.
That's what I bring people together to help fight better. That's what generaling is.
Except you
Okay.
lost. The only story I've heard of you being a general, you lost.
I walk up and I say, he did save my life.
Only after we forced him to do it.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, he almost tried to blow you. Blow you toward the enemy.
Mouse wouldn't have known that. He was dead. So,
That's
or
right.
unconscious, so.
Well, you know now.
Alright.
I'm
Show
just
me
trying
some
to help.
bravery.
If you don't want my help, then screw you and you can deal with it.
Show me some bravery. Make me trust you. Then we can talk.
I pull
Maybe
out a
try
knife.
not to steal from
I say, is this
us.
not bravery for you?
He pulled a
Can
knife on me.
Can I
I'll cast hold
non-lethally
person if he pulls
smack
a knife.
him?
Yeah, I was about to say, if he pulls a knife on me, I'm going to. I will fight him.
Well, that's
Or
what
I
I'm
won't
doing.
fight him, but I'll grab his knife arm.
Are you pulling a
Boy.
knife on him?
Yep.
Okay.
Dude, hit him with a boy.
What are you doing, Vonak?
Boy. Listen here, boy. You do not want this.
This little kobold going up to a Goliath, pulling a knife on his kneecap.
I'll stand up to my full height and look down on him. You do not want this.
We're not, but we both have our own issues, and we all need to get along.
I'm getting along with you just fine. I just don't need to hear your words of wisdom.
Just trying to give you some wisdom. I'll put my knife back.
Good play.
Wise
I'll walk
choice,
away.
Atrix.
Wise choice.
I'm gonna
Wise
smack
choice,
Atrix.
boy.
Say, what's wrong with you? Get a hold of yourself.
I smack his leg.
I go up and pat Atrix on the back, and I'm like, I think you made the right call, and I try to pickpocket the
The flask.
flashback.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. What's your passive perception on Atrix? Is it 14?
It's pretty good.
Ooh, look at that roll.
Is it 17 good?
Uh, 17? Yes, it's good enough.
Your passive
is
perception is
17?
higher than 17?
No, it's a 15. I said I said
Oh.
yours is good
Oh,
enough.
okay. I was like,
Yeah,
holy
so
smokes.
you get it.
It's a 15.
All right, so then I grab it and I show it to him, and I'm like, all right, Atrix, I'm adding a couple more rules.
What's your new
One-
rule system?
One person can have this once a day, all right? And you can make one attempt a day. So if I catch you trying to steal this today, you have to wait until tomorrow, all right? And if you catch me trying to steal it, then I have to wait until the next day as well.
Okay. Is there anything special about this flask? Is it like a magical flask or anything?
No, shiny.
Alright.
And
Okay.
at the end of the week, I'll either do a reading for you if you have it, and if I have it, then I get to hold that over your head for a week.
Game on.
Game
All
on.
Right. All right. So we'll say the 3.5 days later, you guys arrive in the afternoon. You come walking up to Naleen. It's just a small. It's almost like an old west type town. It's like it is by the bay there, so it's not all dirt, but it's abnormally dusty for a coastal town. It's just got little, no like tall structures. It's all pretty low, except there is one sort of structure that you can see way off in the distance. That is, Vonak knows what it is. It's just outside of town, and it's a fighting ring.
This is the one I came from, right? In this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want, that would be a good place to start, if there's anything left.
As you're walking through town, you walk by, I'll say, walk by a tavern.
Okay.
And look, like, some people are looking at you, Vonak. They're like, hey, they're pointing at you.
I am like staying focused ahead. I see them, but I'm not acknowledging.
Okay. You just keep walking. There's like different little, I don't know, like there's like storefronts and stuff on this area, and then further out there's like little, like places where whenever you were there they had, it would be like where the fighter owners would have like little set up places where they would train and stuff.
Uh-huh.
With like big tall fences and stuff. Those are still around. And as you're going through, you are looking around. Give me a perception check to see if you notice.
Also, do we notice that people are like checking Vonak out?
Make a perception check.
14 is my perception check.
I'll make a perception check. I'm looking for anything shady.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole place probably seems kind of shady, dude.
Yeah, the whole
Roll
place
the-
seems a little shady.
Perception
11.
check.
I got a 21.
I rolled a 4. I rolled a natural 1.
Mouse is
I
like,
don't
this place is
see
kind of
nothing.
nice.
Mouse is looking for.
Yeah.
He's just looking for the library.
There's no library here.
This little dinky town.
One library with like 2 books in it.
Yeah.
So
Guy
yeah,
kicking his feet
Jace. Let's see, Jace and Saturn. You guys both notice that people are sort of looking and pointing at Vonak. And Vonak, you see as you're walking through town, someone else that's just sort of walking, someone that you recognize, and it's one of the people you freed, basically. And he's walking through town. His name is Bennett.
Oh, okay. Does he see me?
He
Bennett
doesn't
was
appear
in
to.
the-
He doesn't appear to notice you yet.
He was in the thing with me, right?
He was one of the fighters. He was one of the older fighters.
I'll call over to him. Bennett.
He sort of looks up and looks over at you. He goes, Vonak?
Yep. What's happening? Has anything changed since I left?
He sort of walks over to meet you. Yes and no. Why are you in town?
Oh, just checking up to make sure that nothing is going back to the way it was before I left.
Well, that part kind of has. Come with me. And he walks you through town, and you guys come up to a what looks like one of those places where people will be training their fighters. And as you walk up to it, load in. As you walk up to it, as you get a little closer, you see some of the fighters that are out there training. And as you get closer, they all sort of they turn to face you, but they look down at the ground. And Bennett just keeps walking in. And then as he's walking, he's like, who are these people with you? As I get you.
Oh, this is Mouse, Jace, Atrix is the small one, Saturn, and Merton's the old man, the grumpy old man. They're just people I've met since I left.
Friends of yours?
Yes.
Do you trust them?
I do. Well, all but one, but that doesn't really matter.
Okay, so with him saying that you trust them, as you guys get here and you see all the people, all the fighters sort of turn towards you and look, but never make eye contact. This is a little bit away from the town center, so there's not much else out here. But as you guys get there and they all sort of turn and look down, he says, "That's okay, fellas. They're friends." And they look up, look at all of you, take notice of you, and go back to what they were doing.
You said they're training for training?
Yeah, they appear to be training against target dummies and just fist fighting.
Can I do any kind of insight check on why people might be checking out Vonak so intently, or if Bennett is
Sure, make an insight check. What exactly are you trying to glean?
Well, just people are on edge a little bit here, just making sure that we're okay.
Okay.
21.
I mean, it's not. This would not. It's a shady town. You're not sure what all is going on here, and nothing about this town it makes you feel trustworthy. But Vonak doesn't seem to be scared or worried, and you can take a little bit of comfort in that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
So yeah, Bennett walks into this place. He tells everyone it's okay. He says, after you left, and like I said, he was one of the older fighters. He says, I was too old, so I tried to stay around and pick up some of the pieces. I did enough convincing of the people around that the little uprising we had was purely for business reasons, and that Vale was doing a poor job business-wise. So took what I could, started this place, and now I buy fighters, and if they want to go, they can. But I offer them the chance to fight for me to buy other people's freedoms.
That sounds miles better than what it was.
Well, I'm the only one doing it, and you don't know that, okay?
Fair enough. So the fights are still being organized at the same ring, just under new management.
Well, they're still being organized by the same people. I just got a seat at the table. And now, when my fighters fight, I get paid. When they win, I get paid a little more. And when I get paid enough to buy another fighter, I do that. Tell them if they want to go, they can. We just make it look like they had an accident, and I send them out. And if they want to stay and help me buy the freedom of others, they have that opportunity. Everyone that's here has taken that opportunity.
How many people are there?
You see like the handful of people. There's maybe 7 to 10 fighters. None of them
There are
look...
Goliaths?
No other Goliaths. Mostly humans, like maybe a dwarf or two.
I very much appreciate what you're doing for these people. Have you heard from Gin?
He still tries to sell people fighters that he's found. I've bought a couple from him. They quickly left, as most of them are not... most of them don't come from fighting. They come from wherever he found them. And they don't quite understand what's happening, so they just leave and I let them.
Do you know where I can find Gin?
No, he comes through maybe once every few months, but I don't know where he is.
When was the last time he was here?
I think the last month, maybe?
So a couple months until he'd be back.
Maybe. He may take longer than that. He's pretty irregular. Since recently I've been trying to get, been placing offers for the fighter that is not new anymore, but he hasn't ever lost. His name is Shin Lu, I think. But Feldor is his owner. Has no plans to sell because he never loses. None of my fighters, I don't think, can beat him. If I had a fighter that could maybe beat him, I would try to make an offer that if he loses, maybe he'd let me buy him for half price or something, but no such luck.
Can't tell if this guy's on the up and up about his trying to help.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah, I'd like to make an insight on that too.
Go ahead.
Come on, big money.
14.
Those weren't bad. 16 and a 14.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be trying to... Like, after he sort of asked if Vonak trusted you guys, you could kind of see his body language change to a more relaxed... He doesn't seem to be trying to hide anything from you. He says, occasionally we gotta, he basically tells you the story. Occasionally, when they do gotta go in town, they gotta act like they're, afraid of him, which is why they all turn towards you but look down. And they're trained to do that for whenever I bring anyone here.
Yeah, makes sense. How strong is this fighter you're trying to buy?
He's not too bulky, but he's fast.
Yeah, I lost to someone like that on my first day, I think. Well, if you want, I can fight him.
You think you could win?
I look at all the people out in his yard, and no offense to any of them, but I probably have a better chance.
Yeah, can I roll insight to see, can I do a Dragon Ball Z, Saiyan power level check?
Oh, you're gonna do a power level check? You're gonna push the button on your scanner?
Exactly. Is Vonak over 9,000 or?
I would say just looking around, Vonak looks way more formidable than the rest of these guys. I mean, some of these guys are tough looking, but Vonak is freaking huge.
Yeah. I'm a massive guy. Is there any way we can watch a fight with this guy?
Yeah, I think there's one scheduled for tomorrow.
It'd be good if I could watch him and see what he's got.
Okay, sure. Where are you staying tonight?
Well, we were gonna try to find an inn, but it seems like more people than I thought are recognizing me. I kind of figured most people would have left after.
You're welcome to stay here. Not particularly hospitable, but neither is the inn in town. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
well, yes. If we could stay here, that'd be great. At least it's away from anyone who might want to, might not look fondly upon me.
Sure, no problem. You're in the barracks, which is this
All right.
building over here.
Oh, isn't that the one? Oh, we're not even in there
Tall
yet.
one.
Yeah, the tall one, yeah. All right. What do you guys think?
I think
It
we're
might
here
be
to find
good to
trouble.
blow off some steam.
Sitting in the inn might be a good way to find some trouble.
Well, I'm not keeping you from staying in the inn, but I think it'd be better for me if I stayed here. So, if anyone wants to stay here with me, they're more than welcome. I will go to the inn
Sure.
with you to try to find some trouble if you would like, but I would like to not stir up too much trouble until I see how this guy's fighting is.
I'm gonna stay with Vonak, but I'm gonna stay like 10 feet back because I'm still intimidated by him.
Okay.
Where's this whoever this owner? Where's he getting his fighters from?
Well, probably all over. There's people that come through selling people. Gen's one of them. I don't know. I don't think he bought this guy from Gen, but
It's Gan and Vale, right? And then Feldor? Yeah.
Vale is dead.
Yeah.
I killed Vale.
Nice.
Have you ever heard of a tempest coming?
Tempest, like a storm.
Like a man named Tempest.
Like a man named Cornelius Tempest.
No,
Other way around.
it doesn't ring a bell
It
to
was
me.
Tempest Cornelius, sorry. Okay. We spotted Gen around him, so I hope it doesn't affect you much.
Says, well, wait a minute. Now that I think about it, there's a Tempest, yeah. There's a guy that comes through and bets on stuff every once in a while. I think he's bought a few people and taken them out. I never seen him fight.
But
When
it's
was the last time he
rare
was
to
around?
find.
Well, years.
Yeah. Years,
Oh.
okay.
Good. Perfect.
I hope it won't affect
Yeah.
you much, but if I find Gen, you won't ever see him again.
It won't bother me any.
Good. Well, boys, we can do whatever you want, but I know what I'm doing.
I'm just gonna analyze these fighters. Like, are they like? How strong
They're-
are they? Are they like? Can they like stand a pretty good force? Quite a minimum of force.
It's difficult. I would say it's difficult for you to gauge because they are not fighting in a manner that you'd fight. Like they aren't. This is a fist fight. This is not using any kind of weapons. It's like no bows and arrows, no knives, just punching and
Bare knuckle,
countering.
baby.
I look at Atrix and I say, I saw you fight that goblin. You should sign up.
Yes, Atrix, you want to sign up for a ring fight tomorrow? I'd love to see it.
If there's weapons involved, sure.
No weapons.
Then I'm not joining.
This is a fight of
I,
true strength, Atrix.
True strength comes from the weapon, not from the fists.
I don't know. Have you seen Vonak punch somebody? Come
Can
on.
it do more damage than what my bow can do?
Actually, yes,
Or
I
might
think it
can.
can. Outside of character, yes, I think it can.
It won't always, but it can.
My fists
think I
now
would-
do 1d8 plus 6 plus a d6 of cold damage, and if I'm bigger, another d6 on top of that.
I think I turn to Merton and I say, "Hey, I'll go with you to the inn if you like. In fact, I'm interested in looking into something there."
Yeah, and I'm gonna, if they're not like, if all they're going to the inn for is to just like scope it out, I know what the inn is like. I'm gonna watch these guys and gauge their ability.
And
I'll ask him, are any of you-
Vonak.
Are any of your guys scheduled to fight him tomorrow?
Not to fight Shin Lu. We've got a couple fights scheduled for tomorrow, but
Okay.
I try not to schedule anyone against him. They just get pummeled.
No, well, yes, fair enough.
I look at
Alright.
Vonak and say, why don't you just sign up since you're so strong?
Well, I want to observe his technique before I sign up. It's always good to gather information before you...
Learning the enemy. Smart.
Did you learn that from one of your books?
I learned that from experience. Like a general does.
Maybe next time at the carnival, one of us will go first so you can observe the goblin.
Yeah. I figured by the 4th round you would have observed him. But no
I took him
no
down
observing
That
happened.
eventually.
was so great. Oh.
Rough.
I took him down eventually.
When you're
I'm
like
just
7th
not good
try.
at hand-to-hand combat like I am with a ranged weapon.
All right, so
I'm on
who
your
else going
side.
to the...
Probably best you keep a ranged weapon around.
Who else going to the inn and who is staying here?
I'm saying
I'm going to the inn.
In
I will as well.
Okay.
Say Vonak, I'm sorry, I'm not much of a barracks person.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'll
Just,
head to the inn as well.
to be fair, watch your back. Even if you don't like barracks, it is safer than that inn.
I'm gonna mind link
Hmm.
with Vonak before we go.
How long does that last?
An hour.
All right, you guys go into the inn. Easy enough to find. Go in and it's abnormally large inn for a town this size. You gather that probably a lot of people come here for these fights. There's like a couple tables on the far side that people like playing cards, and a lot of people just in there drinking.
I guess we approach the tavern master and say hello, good evening. We're looking for rooms, and we are looking for drink, and we are looking for food, and we are looking for fun. Well, Merton, that one is particularly looking for fun.
Sure.
any troubles? Any troubles around here?
Every day, buddy.
Merton just looks at him, straight face.
He goes, I like you. Yeah, we got trouble in here most every day. Usually some kind of bar fight or something I gotta break up.
I think he's looking for work as a bouncer.
Nope. This town got a job board.
Not really. Everyone here either works for the ring or for a service that makes its money from people who go to the ring.
I'll take my drink.
All right, sure. Gives you a drink. It's 5 copper for a drink, and then 3 silver for a room.
Is there...
Is it for a bed or for a room?
It's a room. This inn has more rooms than other small. Being as it is some seedy destination for people to gamble on illegal. Well, on people fighting. The legality of it is murky.
And you said it's 2 silver?
3 silver for a room, 5 copper for a drink.
Okay.
And another 5 copper if you want food.
10 copper is 1 silver?
Yes.
I'll have food and some drink, but towards the later part of the night, I'll head back to the where Vonak is.
Okay. You heading back alone?
Yep. Unless someone wants to come with me.
I wouldn't unless you asked. But if you asked,
If I see you leaving alone, then
Yeah, I
I'll
don't think we
approach
should
you.
split up.
Say, yeah, we probably shouldn't go alone.
Yeah, we shouldn't go alone. We can split up, but...
So while they're at the inn, how are these fighters that he has? Are they good?
Some of them are decent. Some of them are. They still, he still gets paid if they lose. So
Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't even matter. They can just get beat up.
you got to have some losers in there too, as long as basically for him, as long as they're willing, and they know that they're going to lose most of the time, but
Most of them
they
are
feel
like
like-
fighter types, though, not monk types.
right, none of these are monk types. These are all just brawlers.
There was like one guy that I fought that was like a monkish type. Whatever happened to him? I didn't even think about that. Is that this guy?
He was one of the ones that you freed.
Yeah.
And Bennett hasn't seen him.
Yep. Okay.
I'll ask Vonak to see how good are they, because he can't, since Atrius can't really tell.
Yeah, some of them are like there's no S tier fighters here.
Gotcha.
There's mostly like B and C tier.
I'll point at the ones that I think are the better ones.
He's like, "Yep, I know."
I'm like, well, to Atrix.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know he knows.
Yeah.
But if Atrix asks, I'll be like, that guy right there, good technique, needs more strength. That guy right there, strong, poor technique, but his strength makes up for it. Like, moving down the line.
Are you saying all this
Why don't
out
you guys
loud?
just use weapons for fighting?
I mean, yeah, we're pretty far away. Like, if they're
Okay.
training at the dummies, I'm like,
You're not like walking up to him like, "This is why you suck."
This is why you suck, and this is why you suck. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
Don't interrupt a man while he's training.
I know.
So Saturn, are you going back to the barracks? And if so, who is escorting you?
I will if he's going back, I will escort him back.
Okay.
But if I
I
see
know
them
that.
leave, I'll go with them.
Okay, I have
Well,
plenty of ways to get out of sticky situations.
It's not a good idea to walk around alone out here.
If you insist.
I'll walk you back.
So Mouse and Merton are taking him back,
yeah, I'll walk with them.
and
If I
then
see them leaving.
are Mouse and Merton? Are you guys coming back to the inn after that?
I'm gonna come back to the inn.
Yeah, I'll stay with. I'll follow Merton as well. If
Okay.
he comes back, I'll probably come back since I paid for my room.
Okay. Walking around with Merton, you guys. There's some people that are noticing you, but no one's approaching you.
DM while they're gone.
Yep.
I approach the tavern keeper and ask, "Hey, is there any kind of gambling on these fights?"
He just sort of smiles at you like, "What do you think people are here for?"
Well, where do I do that? Can I place bets here? Is the bookie here?
At the ring.
At the ring.
I'm not gonna
Nobody
get-
can take a bet here.
I'm not
Okay.
getting involved with that. That's a risk that is not necessary for me to take.
Is it available now, or do they do it the day of the fight?
Day of. They'll put a
Okay.
ticket
All
out.
right. Okay. And then I go back to my beverage.
Okay.
I'm asking Vonak of how many soldiers have he fought with while he was in his little military?
You mean when I escaped the ring, or when I was on the mountain?
Whenever you were on the mountain, whenever you got those tattoos.
Oh, how many people were there? 25, probably, somewhere in there.
Sure.
Like, it's never I assume the way I kind of assumed is that most of the tribes aren't that big. Like, the biggest ones might be 50, but not a
That's-
ton, because it's like an inhospitable place to live.
Yeah, it's that is pretty much what I figured. So
Yeah.
How many people
And
would
so, like,
I have- how many
by
people would I-
uniting all of them, there might be like a few hundred.
How many people have I fought with? I was thinking of thousands until you kind of shut that one down.
yeah, like you were a kobold living in a village, so
So would that be like what, hundreds maybe?
yeah, it might be hundreds.
Like 1 to 200?
Yeah, probably. And but that's not all soldiers. That's just all the people, including
would you
like
say about, like,
non-soldiers, children.
Okay, so what about just soldiers? So probably like 100?
Probably between 60 and 80.
Alright. I tell him my dream of having my big ol' empire, to where it's not just what people call tribes, it's an empire That's what I wish for it to be someday. But sometimes dreams just never come true.
All right.
I'm like, all right,
Cool.
cool.
Okay, if there's nothing else, you guys will go ahead and go to your things. You'll take a... You've been traveling, so this would be technically a short rest. Wake up the next morning ready to go. Who's doing what? You guys just all headed to the ring?
Let's go. Yeah, I want to.
Yes.
Okay.
Early in the morning when I get up, I'm gonna kind of just make my way around town. It's like 5 in the morning. Just to kind of scope some things out, see if I catch anything that catches my take down evildoer's eye.
How old are you actually? Haven't we talked about this? How old is your character actually?
65.
Okay, so like people might think you're not that strong,
Oh.
but like you've got old man strength.
Yeah, I got that old man.
Perfect
Yeah, so,
retirement
you know those
age.
like old man marathon runners. I think it's something like, you know, like
I was thinking like an old man bodybuilder, like a guy who's like 58.
like Chuck
who's
Norris, kind of a
who's, like,
yeah,
built.
big guy, but he's old. Yeah.
Be like super tan too, like you're regularly at the beach lifting, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, like that leathery skin. Yeah,
You're like a SoCal
Yeah.
beach.
leathery
lifter.
but really thin
love
skin.
that.
You can see my ribs. From my guys.
Nice.
Oh, walking to the arena. I'm gonna.
Well, there's lots of
I'm gonna
runs.
tell Vonak that I hope someday my village will never become like what happened to yours.
Do you mean as like they
Whenever-
lost and then got taken over,
Many
just
of those
as they
men
did?
died. My hope. Because I was giving back. I wasn't going full strength. I wanted him alive.
You're like an
I don't
anime.
want him alive anymore.
You haven't even seen my true power yet. Wait until my next form.
I mean, he's just waiting until he finds more friendship.
My
Yeah,
my twins here. So many of them, brothers.
Brother.
I think
Brother.
as we approach the arena, I kind of want to like split off from the group for a brief moment and find wherever like the big board is, where they're placing bets and stuff like that, and
Okay.
find a bookie.
Yeah, there's 3 fights on the thing today. There's the first 2 fights, and then the third fight has Shin Lu. The first 2 fights are just basically like the appetizer. No one really cares. Everyone just
How's
wants
it
to
look,
watch
though?
Shin Lu beat someone up. But the first 2 fights are just 2-1. Either way you bet. The Shin Lu fight is 10-1 in favor of Shin Lu.
So I think I approached the bookie and I'm like, hey, if there's a potential 4th fight on the docket, I think there's going to be a follow up to the Shenlu fight. I want to bet on the guy that takes on Shenlu.
Well, there won't be any today.
There's not going to be like any. There's no opportunity for that kind of thing.
Nah, fighters never fight twice in the same day.
All right. That is whatever. Wave them off and then see you later.
All right.
Put money on the guy against Shin Lu. Why not? If you win, you get a big return. If you lose, just don't put that much down.
Okay.
It's like betting on Dogecoin.
I go back. Exactly. I go back and I put a gold on Shenlu.
On Shin Lu? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that gets me like what, 10 to
Silver.
1. That gets me silver. Never mind. I hang on to it. Let's freaking go. All right. Let's carry on.
Okay. So the first 2 fights, pretty uneventful. It's just like brawlers beating each other up.
Like the first fight, like 5 minutes into the first fight, I'm gonna get up and I'm just gonna walk out. Just hang out outside.
Okay.
I've seen enough.
Yeah, people are cheering it on, but I mean it's not too rowdy yet. One of the fighters one of Bennett's guys is in the second fight. He does win, but he gets punched a bit. Are you trying to like keep a low profile here, Vonak?
I mean, how much of a low profile can an 8-foot tall dude really be?
Well, I mean, you can like just like wear stuff that like sort of covers your face a little bit. I mean, it's not like they've never seen a Goliath before, but a lot of them have seen you.
That's true. But I've grown a beard since I left, so
Oh, okay.
I've got like a full beard, and I'm wearing
Okay.
completely different clothes. I suppose that I'm not like immediately spottable, you know.
Okay. I just want to know, like, are you down there
Here,
cheering,
here,
being
Vonak.
loud, or are you like sort of sitting in the
No,
back?
I'm sitting quietly
Okay.
watching. I'm like up
Matrix
here in the
is-
diner watching.
Okay.
Just watching, very confused, just wondering why there's no weapons.
Okay. Wondering why there's no weapons.
If he's wondering why there's no weapons, I'll be like, Atrix, this is a slave fighting ring. Imagine giving a bunch of slaves a bunch of weapons. Then you have what happens when I broke out.
They're slaves?
Of course they are. Nobody wants to fight like this on their own. And the ones that do end up being the big winners. I'm assuming that's why the Shin guy is so good.
Anyway, so the third fight
What
comes
was
around.
it?
It's Shin Lu versus some guy. The guy looks like he's not scrawny. He might have been able to beat the guys from the previous fights, but Shin Lu comes out. Everyone's like, yeah, and the other dude comes out, and you can tell everyone's just getting like ready to watch this guy get rocked. So Shin Lu just sort of patiently waits for the guy. The guy starts charging at him. Shin Lu quickly just punches him in the face as he approaches, and then the guy takes two swings at him. Shin Lu like pretty easily dodges out of the way. He then like pushes this guy to the ground and strikes him in the face like 3 times. This goes on for probably just 20 seconds, if that, and Shin Lu is basically untouched, and this guy is a pulp. Everyone cheers. Everyone goes and gets their 1 silver or whatever, their 10% that they bet,
Yeah.
and then it starts to clear out.
So this guy's like a freak of nature.
He is very good at what he does. He is leagues above most of these other fighters. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
You think he'd be good in a battle? As I point over to Shin Lu.
I mean, he obviously would. He just worked that guy very quickly.
Worked that.
The guy didn't stand a chance.
Jace is probably visibly more flustered than he's ever been because he didn't bet anything.
Missed out on my silver. Oh.
You could just tell from how calm he was that this fight was already over.
Yeah, that is that. Bennett comes up to you and is like, "What do you think?"
I think he's good. I think he's
Yeah.
very good.
I
Damn
think
right
this
he
thing
is.
is dumb.
That's why I don't put any of my fighters against him. You think you can? You think you stand a chance?
I think I might stand a chance just from just if I can get a hold of him.
I only seen
How-
one other person actually get blows on him. It was close, but he took a moment to like close some of his wounds. It was weird. Some technique that I'm not familiar with.
Oh, he's doing Demon Slayer breathing. So he's magic. He has some kind of power, is what
I
you're
don't
saying.
know if it's magic or, I mean, something. He doesn't take any weapons in though, and he doesn't cast any spells that I've seen.
What are the rules on casting spells? I'm sure I know.
Yeah, you're not supposed to cast spells. But this is, in the way Bennett describes it, he's not casting a spell. He just like puts his hand over a wound, and it like he takes it away, and it's like healed a little bit, and he's ready to go.
Okay.
You would guess that I mean, it's not the same as what you can do, but it's similar.
All right. So how
Yeah, Cure Wounds, does that sound like something that I...
No.
do I need to make like a check or something to see how good I think this guy actually is? I mean, obviously I saw how good he was, but like from a
You can make
game
an insight check.
perspective. Oh no, that's.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see what that healing might be?
Let's see.
Sure.
Oh, plus 0 insight.
I'll help him with that.
You
If
can
you
make
wanna help.
Arcana or History, your choice.
I'll do Arcana, and I'll give myself. No, I can't give myself guidance on the thought.
You can't give yourself guidance?
Can I give myself guidance on like me thinking about things?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
I'll let you do that. Because it doesn't, I mean, that's
Whoa.
what it's for, is for ability checks.
21 plus.
Get that big 4, baby.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll say it
25.
doesn't sound like any kind of arcane thing that you've heard about, but it does ring a bell, like some fighters, like monks that you have read about, are able to heal their wounds a little faster than normal.
I've heard about monks being able to heal themselves, Vonak.
Merton already left, right?
He's like sitting
Yeah.
outside, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Inside of, what is that, 8 total, or is there more to that?
Nope, that's it. I didn't get anything.
Yeah, he's tough. He was fast. You don't know.
He's the
You-
opposite of me.
You figure you probably will need to wear your bracers if there's a way to do that.
Well, yeah, there's no way for them to know if they're magic, right?
Yeah. So yeah, but you figure you probably need those.
I tell Bennett, right? That was his name. Yeah,
Yep.
Bennett. I'm like, listen, I don't know if there's 100% chance I could beat him, but there's a small chance I could beat him. If you want me to try,
So if you're willing to try,
sure, I'll try.
I'll talk to the. But
Something to look forward to on the next episode, Bennett.
I'll talk to Feldor tonight. Get you something scheduled for. I mean, he didn't get touched. We can probably get it scheduled within a few days.
All right. I'll spend the next few days like thinking up a plan, and I'll consult Merton, the other fighter, and I'll use my pipe to recreate the fight. See
Okay.
if he's got any insights.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. So he goes and talks to Felder. Basically, he comes back and tells you I offered to have someone. I mentioned your name, and that sparked some interest.
Oh, okay. Well,
And he kind of laughed though. He said I offered if Shinlu loses, if I could buy him. He said if Shinlu loses, you can buy him for half price. I said, you got a deal.
all right. Well, you'll either get a discount or
What happens if Vonak loses?
I get money for the fight. He gets beat up.
Okay, so no,
I'm used to that.
no deals. Whenever I ask him that, I'm gonna insight and make sure that he's not like plotting against Vonak.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Wise choice.
Computer's being slow.
Oh,
Nice.
He seems on the
Solid.
level. He seems he's hiding it well, but he seems excited at the prospect that he might be able to get this top fighter to potentially help his cause.
How much is he? How much? Just a question, curiosity. How much does he want for this guy?
He says that I think at half price he can get him for 300 gold.
Okay. I don't have that much money.
He says, which I've got right now, because I haven't bought any fighters in a while.
How much money do you get for a win versus a loss?
It depends on the fight. If it's a fight against a nobody, I don't give very much. If it's a fight against someone who he's not supposed to beat, I get a little more.
All right.
For you, if you win, I'll get a little more.
What are you gonna do if Shenlu wants to leave?
Let him go. I will
a lot of
try and
gold.
persuade him He's been here a while. He knows how it works. I'm hoping that he'll stay and fight for me for a while before he decides to leave. But if he wants to leave immediately, maybe that will take away some interest in the sport, which would be fine as well.
I assume your fighters get a cut
When they leave,
when they leave, but not before.
I give them what they need before.
Jeez, have you ever watched Gladiator?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be giving your fake slaves money to go out on the town with.
Just makes like.
Wait a minute, aren't you Bennett's slave fighter?
No.
Definitely not. No. Let me buy a drink.
So yeah, you got a fight scheduled for 2 days from now, or let me see. Hold on, let me check my calendar. Yeah, 2 days from now.
All right.
Vonak on how he became a slave.
Or wait, no, sorry, 3 days from now. It'll be on the Saturday because it would be a big fight. They can
Well,
get
I
a
mean,
little bit of a...
If you were in the room with me when I told that big story to that guy, you know exactly how I became a slave.
How many guards did we see at Bennett's place?
At
Like, not-
Bennett's place?
Yeah, not fighters, but guards.
No guards. There were some of the fighters are sort of take the role of the like big brother type thing, but no guards. Basically, it's like, oh, these are the fighters, like, and everyone does this, like, oh, these are the fighters I can trust to keep the other fighters in line type thing. But those guys don't make eye contact with you either when you first arrived. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do for the next couple days?
Oh, no, I'll ask Vonak. We're going to all this trouble to get this guy.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go to where he's stashed and get him that way?
Well, if we're trying to keep Bennett's better intentions intact, then
Yeah, has anything to do with this?
I mean, Bennett has a lot to do with it. If he's buying people to free them, and he needs better fighters to make more money to free more people, then attacking another group while everyone knows we're working for Bennett would be bad for him.
No one knows we're working for Bennett.
Well, they know I'm working for Bennett because he mentioned my name and scheduled a fight.
Seems like a lot of trouble to free or to buy one person, letting the rest just rot.
Are we still around Bennett?
I would imagine that Merton did not have this conversation in front of Bennett, but if you can, if you want to.
No, it'd be like afterwards and we were walking away.
If it'd make you happy, I'll ask him what he thinks of that. If I lose this fight, we can always just do it afterwards.
I say if his place is anything like Bennett's, we walk in there and free all of them. Nothing's stopping us.
The place I was at was nothing like Bennett's. It was not that open.
He trusts you. Figure out what he does to keep people from sabotaging his operation.
If he needs a general, I can help him.
All that comment, I don't know why.
Did somebody
Matrix.
need a general?
Russell Crowe.
Hello. Do you need any help? Strategizing. I read a book the other day.
And I
Interesting.
was, I worked in the, I went to school for generaling as well. For
There's a
couple
kobold
of
school
years.
for generating.
For generals,
For,
yes.
for leadership.
Yes, like any other kobold cave.
The Kobold College.
More of like a 2-year.
You don't just
kinda
wake up
technical
one day
thing,
and
not like a
know
4
No, it's
year.
community
Know how to-
college.
know how
Yeah.
to you don't know how to lead. You don't just wake up one day and know how to lead. You have to go. You have to learn.
Well, I kind of figured it was like a, you guys go and have a fight, The guy who lives is the one who's in charge now.
No.
Our ideas of your backstory are very different, David.
Your idea of your backstory is you were a valiant general who led many fights to victory, except for the one that mattered.
I think it's perfect though. That's how
It's-
that's how he
It's
views
great.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, exactly.
When the rest of us, it's just it's just a cave with like 20 kobolds in there. One of them's wearing a shirt, and so he's the general who's been trained.
Yeah.
He's wearing the general shirt.
He's wearing the general shirt. And there's one
Exactly.
book in the corner, and that guy sitting next to it, and he's the guard of it. And he's like, so you're the general now. And he hands him the book, and it's like a book on tactics.
Only the
101.
general gets in the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the conch shell. Exactly.
The magic conch, yeah. Sheesh. That's fantastic. Well, Merton, I'll talk to Bennett about it. So
Hey.
if we get back to the ring, I'll have a discussion with Bennett. Like,
Okay.
listen,
Back to the
yeah, I'm like, there's the possibility that we just go and take out this guy's whole operation.
It's something you could do, but I wouldn't advise it. I mean, you remember what happened the night you left, right?
Vaguely, kind of a blur, you know.
And now look around. What's changed?
Nothing, I suppose.
None of the people you
I go, I'm
freed
gonna
are
say
here except
liberation.
me. And I had to do a lot of kissing up to people to get a seat at the table.
Yes,
Am I in
but-
there, or is he in there alone?
It's up to
I mean, you
Vonak.
can be in there if you want. That's fine.
Yeah, I was thinking that we were all in there.
If you go and take out his operation, those fighters go free. They don't suddenly fight for me.
I understand that, and I do think that what you're doing is amazing. But if there are no seats at the table, then this can't continue, correct?
That's true. But there are a lot of chairs at that table. You gonna take them all out? I'm unable.
I understand why you don't involve yourself in it.
It's not just this town. There are loads of small towns. They come through here and fight. That's
My
a
only
large
issue
task.
now is, yes, I know. And my only issue with it now is that, well, they know I've been around you, and I don't want to compromise what you're doing.
If you are not seen, then it shouldn't be a problem. But I don't think that solves the problem. Not that I'm saying what I'm doing solves the problem. I'm just helping from where I can help.
Yes, I understand. Is there anyone actually on top, like an actual head leader?
No, not really.
No.
There are a few people who are more well off. None of them live here, though. And probably the most well off person here is Feldor, because of Shenlu.
Fair enough. I don't know that we'll do anything right now, but it's a potential. If I lose in the fight, we could always just free him in other manners.
Sure,
The boss is
Good
never
idea.
as strong as the fighters.
certainly.
And if we
Also-
can take him out, free everyone, and
Yeah,
Maybe
if you
there
free
is a
people,
chance.
there's a chance. I mean,
Yeah.
we got away, you got away, largely by a stroke of luck. Some others were not so fortunate, and when they got tracked down, they were not kindly treated.
I suppose any chance at freedom is better than none, though.
That's what I try to offer people here.
Okay, well, that's something we can talk about after the fight.
All right.
If I win, then it'll be even more surreptitious for me to go there and take him out of the picture, eh?
Depends on if you want the spotlight.
Okay. We'll see how the fight goes.
I mean, I understand what you're wanting to do, but ultimately that's going to make things a bit harder for me and what I do.
I understand. I won't do anything without letting you know.
Appreciate
I go
it.
up to Vonik and I say, no, I can cast a spell that would probably make it easier to take him out, but it would probably be very noticeable.
As long as you could do it before we got to the arena, it probably wouldn't be noticeable.
It doesn't work like that.
They don't check for magic or anything, magic items, right?
Nope, not that you're aware of.
Even if they don't check, it's still pretty obvious.
Generally, giving, like you said, giving magic items to slaves is inadvisable.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for tonight then.
I'll do one more thing. Not that night, but the next night around, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, frick.
Oh no. Have I been
Do we
poisoned?
get poison?
Finally, something good.
Isaac, is this something I could use tides of?
You are not aware
Chaos?
of this, so no.
Okie dokie.
got a-
15.
I got a 20.
9.
15.
Boom. 21.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. So,
5.
everyone that's, because you guys are staying at the people who are at the inn are at the inn for this whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. People at the inn, you guys wake up on Friday morning, and like go to knock on Merton's door. There's no answer.
I open it. I go in.
You open it, and like his clothes are there, but he is gone.
Freak.
The window is open, but the window in all of the rooms are open.
Left my window open.
Amateur.
He's very unlike him.
So,
Like,
What was
where are
this,
his
Martin?
clothes? Are his clothes just in his bed?
can I try and, like, I don't know, see if I can find his, like, any prints of anything? Maybe left
Go ahead and
behind?
make. Well, let me ask Jace first because he was the first one there. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, just trying to figure out, like, hey, where did he go?
Okay, go ahead and make, say, an investigation check.
Okay. This isn't like Arcana because his clothes were there.
Well,
If
just
I'm there, I'll give him guidance.
All right, here's an investigation for you, big dog. Not very optimistic. But let's see if we can get the old +4.
well, if he's there, you can have advantage because he would be helping you.
Roshi.
Alright then.
Okay.
So 2 plus whatever you roll.
16 plus
16?
the other 2, so that's 18
Um,
for the guy.
Looking around, you're like looking through the bed and like on the floor, there are some little scrapes on the floor.
Scrapes like a scuffle, or scrapes like a
Look like
furniture being moved.
they're not very deep. They're just sort of scuffs, but they're like make a nature check for me.
Frick.
I'll gas guidance if I can.
Sure, this is another check. So yeah,
The health
Just
situation.
standing
too?
in here pumping guidance into him. Yeah, sure.
All right, it's +2 to this.
Hot in here, dude.
So 10 plus your D4.
yeah. Hey,
12.
well,
It's not bad. Some kind of looks like some kind of animal claws.
Isaac died.
I'm still here.
Oh, Any sign of struggle?
It doesn't look like a struggle. And Merton, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
9.
9.
Rolling good today.
So the rest of you don't know this, but Merton, you wake up like in the middle of some trees, naked. And make a perception check for me.
6.
Look around. They just like you feel your face. There's like a little bit of blood. You feel something in your teeth pull out. There's like some hair in your teeth, and you have no idea what's going on.
I check myself for wounds.
You're looking over. You see some blood on you. You go to like touch it. It's not yours. You're fine.
Dude, Merton's a werewolf.
I want to try to find my way back.
Okay. Stand up, still completely naked. Start walking back. Start walking towards
I'm
something.
gonna look around and make sure there's no other like signs of struggle around.
Make either another perception or investigation as you stand up and look around, rather than just waking up and.
Should be rolling. There it is. 13.
You see like a mostly eaten rabbit, and you look at it, and its fur is the same color as what you pulled out of your teeth.
Okay. Can I track? Any tracks?
Make a survival check.
Well,
That wasn't bad. You see some tracks, yeah. Look like wolf tracks.
I want to follow them. Are they in the direction? Do I know which way the town is?
Nope, you're in the middle
Got
of a bunch of
lost.
trees.
I'm just gonna follow the tracks.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'll grab up all of his belongings and put them in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Those animal claw marks, did they lead anywhere out of the room?
I mean, they were sort of pointed in the direction of the window, but they didn't. You can't make any connection, like walking to the window or anything.
Okay. Like if we look out the window, is there any kind of identifying markers or anything? Like how
Make
high
a-
up were we?
It's the first story. Make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
be assisting.
Perception.
Who are we missing? We're missing Martin.
Actually, I'll guidance myself if we're doing perception.
Okay.
I'll check.
+4, so that's 12 for the one.
Okay.
Come on.
With Atrix.
Natural
His-
20 for 25
Oh,
plus a
nice.
D4.
You look out there, Saturn, and you see what appears to be an impact of something just outside the window, and you can see some tracks heading off.
Do I feel like if I jump from this height, that'd be okay?
Yeah, it's first story.
Okay, yeah, I'll just jump down there and keep looking.
It's a
and
bit of a
keep
tight
following.
squeeze, but you're pretty thin, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll jump through with him.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
It's a little tougher for you, Jace. You're not quite as lithe as those other two, but you make it out barely. Causes a bit of a noise. Everyone looks back at you and you're like,
I'm
oh,
like-
I'm fine. Everything's good.
I'm just gonna walk out the front door and walk around the building.
Okay.
Super wiry.
You are, but you're not like... Saturn is like skeleton almost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, with that perception check, you can see tracks. With it just a halfway decent... Give me a survival check, see if how far you can follow them.
I'll assist.
Guidance myself.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Crit.
so you guys are
Crit.
following those, and eventually you see Merton naked walking towards you.
I think
I'll
I go
start
like,
pulling
nice.
out some of
Shield him out,
all of
so
its
put some clothes on.
belongings. Hello, Merton.
Uh,
Didn't think I'd see you Willie today. day, but here's your clothes.
Merton, you are exactly what I want to be when I'm 65.
I thought
I
you
guess-
wanted to get more sleep at night, not wander
Okay.
about.
I'll look at
That's all-
Jason and say, "What's that? A streaker?"
Oh, and Merton, you do take a point of exhaustion.
Okay. I don't know how to add that in, but I will. I do know how to do it.
He'll make up for it in his naps.
That's right.
So yeah, you guys meet back up with him, and
So,
we can stop there. You can have the conversation next time. How about that? Does that work?
Yep.
start with
All right.
naked Merton.
Start with
Why
naked
are you
Merton.
naked?
What are you doing naked out here?
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you next week. We may. I don't know what's going to happen yet. We may still play, but if we do, we may start an hour late. I'm not quite sure because I may have to be somewhere. But hopefully, we'll see you next week. Until then, bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.